No, I've changed some things because I'm trying to get our video sound better. Because of what I'm assuming. What I'm assuming is some of the crackling with the Stephanie. He says "uh-oh" and you look at the screen.
Yeah, because he looked up at it and said "uh-oh."
He's saying "uh-oh" because we're talking about changing the sound.
I thought he was saying "uh-oh" because the popo was pulling in your driveway to get you.
Everybody pay no attention to the redneck in the seat.
Little early to go to commercial, but I'm
willing to. That's right. I'm willing to right now. Okay, so hoping to fix some of the crackling, I have pulled our volume down a little bit that's going into our YouTube.
Isn't that what attacked Pirates of the Caribbean?
So shut up. So here's what we're laughing about, Stephanie. Stephanie.
Release the Kraken.
Hello, Earth the Idiot. What is your little character here on Just for Fun Radio?
I'm the redneck.
Idiot. And what do you typically do?
Redneck.
And that could mean like everything from forgetting to flush the toilet to taking a mud bath in a mud puddle on the side of the expressway, correct?
To weed eating a lake.
Correct.
Well,
that was Travis.
That was Travis.
Yeah, but once you dip the pink in the ink, though, the
association.
Pink so, anywho, so with you being the redneck,
yeah.
Okay, Mike, are you following where I'm at?
I have no idea.
She's the redneck, right?
I'm thinking yes.
She does all the ridiculously insane why stuff.
Allegedly.
The videos mean nothing. The redneck QVC trying to sell a crossbow, that's its own proof.
That is just
but then
evidence
before we started the show, we're talking about the mosque, and Stephanie tries to make reference to how horrible the woman sounds. This ain't about ISIS. This is about the land. Whatever, Stephanie. And I looked at her. I said, who are you to criticize this woman? She sounds like your mother. No, she doesn't speak like my mother. She sounds like you. She sounds just like your friggin' family. Who are you to criticize the redneck clan when you're the ringleader?
No, I'm not the ringleader of that stupidity.
When the wicked witch circled the flying monkeys to go outside, you were the one standing right at the crystal ball. You're the ringleader. You're the spokesperson.
You are the hula hoop of your family.
That's a big hula hoop.
So I find it funny that you want to criticize the way that woman speaks. The woman sounds.
I wasn't criticizing the way she speaks. I was criticizing what she said.
Speaks. And the way what she said, it's the same reference, Stephanie.
No, she talked like a dang on hick like this. But
and you do 90% of the time.
Yes, and I understand that part, but I would never say it's not about the Islam.
Have you ever
about the land?
I call a foul. Have you ever heard this show?
A foul.
And she's talking about them building an ISIS camp in Newton County.
Come on now.
How do you
Did we
think
say it was going to be an ISIS camp?
What do you think they're going to do down there? Make hot dogs and give out friggin' pretzels?
Just because they're building a mosque or wanting to build a mosque.
Did you drink Mike's Kool-Aid this morning where you think you're going to defend the other side? Because just yesterday, you were not for this ISIS camp. Now, all of a sudden, she's all into some equality.
Oh, my God. It's about an ISIS camp.
No, if they are wanting to do a religious thing, who are we to stop them? You know, if it is all about religion and not about the
it's not just okay, woman. What do you think? Woman. What do you think's happening down there?
I don't know. I'm not a part of that religion, so I don't know what they do.
No. Come on, don't jump in this for a second. Just leave her in this one alone for a second, Mike. What do you believe is happening down there?
People are scared.
What do you believe the Muslims are trying to do on that property?
Trying to build a mosque, trying to build a spiritual building.
And what else?
I don't know.
There you go. That's because you haven't been paying attention.
I have
There's
been paying
supposed to be a
attention, but
school. No, you haven't, because
Yeah,
you
it's
just said
supposed
you're
to be a
supposed. It's supposed to be a
community.
mall. It's supposed to be all of
yes,
these
it's
things.
supposed to be a community.
And have you not paid attention to what's going on in one in DeKalb County? Well, okay, so there you go again. So in DeKalb County, they've just been throwing up these shelters, which look worse than the trailer hood does. They're just building on the places. They're not going by any codes. They're refusing to let code enforcement come in. They're being fined. They're pouring driveways illegally. If that was our residents, they would come in there and shut us down. They would come in and they would stop everything. But because these cats believe it's their property, doesn't matter. It's inside the United States, apparently. But they believe they're allowed to do what they want. But yet, if the other U.S. citizens, questionable mark on the fact if these people are U.S. citizens, but on the question mark of, if we can't just decide to do a room addition, what if I want to put a 100-foot room on the back of my house? You don't think I'd have to abide by any of the codes?
Yes, you'd have to get
Okay, then why is it okay that they're not?
out.
Then why are they getting away with it?
I didn't know all of that.
So for you to
don't have to bite my head
No,
off.
I'm laughing because you are the redneck, and you're trying to criticize how this woman was speaking about the situation, and you don't even really know what she was talking about. This falls under the fact of most of the people running their mouth have no idea what's really going on. They just want to throw in here's what surprised me. You are talking smack over a country woman. A, you're one of those. B, you're the redneck. C, you don't even know what it is that she's actually talking about. If there is, how many acres did you say it was?
She's saying that there's 50 acres not accounted for.
Okay, so then,
be them building an ISIS
so why
camp.
would it not be possible for everybody to question, if there's all this documentation about what's going on the land, why is X number of acres not being accounted for?
Yeah, that's what she's questioning.
So she's reasonably making that question. We've already been told through multimedia that there's these places are all over the United States, that they're locating them all over the United States, that they're centralizing it. They're making their spots. So if this woman has an opinion and questions why, if you have all this documentation about acreage, why is this acreage being left out? But again, I find it funny with you being the redneck that you are going to criticize her. You take baths in mud puddles.
And it's good for the skin and the hair. That's why I don't have any split ends.
And you're surprised by anything with Stephanie? It was very surprising that that's how she wants to make fun of that lady. And you're the spokesperson for that lady. You sound just like that lady. 90% of the time, you say stuff that's more ridiculous than anything she's asked.
Okay.
I find it funny, and now you're all butthurt.
No.
Okay, Mike, come on.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good. I think we should have a song. Good morning. Good morning.
I just find it funny that everybody keeps talking about the Muslims. Well, what about the rest of us? The rest of us have our rights too. Everybody can be as mad as they want and say that we all supposed to have equality. Well, the U.S. citizens should always come first. Sorry, that's my personal belief. The U.S. citizens' opinion should always come before anybody else's. Our homeland. If we go to their homeland, Mike, you've been over there. Does our opinion matter over there?
I'm gonna go with nope. Nah.
There you go.
Nah, they really don't care too much about you.
Yeah. Did you see the video I shared this morning? It's a video of a bunch of their rags dancing around.
No,
a bunch of their females.
Did not see it.
And it doesn't matter what music's playing, because in my back of my mind, all I hear is "Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me?" And truthfully, the only difference between their look and the Ku Klux Klan is the color of the outfit. That's the only difference. One's white color, one's black color. Sorry, personal beliefs. Yeah, I just find it funny.
Yeah, I think pretty much their clothes kind of represents a simpleness. Is that a word?
Simpleness.
Yeah, is that a word?
Degrading your women and making them wear bags over their head.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. That's different. That's a religious view. I'm talking about like the tunics and things like the men wear, because they are very, very simply made. I mean,
I got that part being simply made.
Yeah.
I was making reference to the women having to walk around with nothing but eye holes in their outfits so they can see. I think it's very demeaning.
You should wear one.
Why?
Oh, it's cool. Because
It's cool. What in
like
100-degree weather? It's cool.
Freaking sweating your brains out. But check this out, man.
You don't find that offensive?
You can get behind the.
That would be you. You're on a show. You don't find that offensive?
Invisible.
How they treat their women?
Yes.
Yes, it's degrading.
And making them wear everything to cover up nothing but their eyes. Like
some of them wear veils that even cover up their eyes.
I mean, unless we got the Zika virus trying to kill us all, I have no reason to wear a bee's costume.
And just so you know, Zika is spreading.
Yeah, there was a baby that was born with it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's the first one on American soil, I guess.
I guess the baby's American,
the one
though.
in Florida. I think it was in Florida, wasn't it?
I would think it is, because that's pretty much where all the cases are.
No, this lady had come from South America.
Yeah. But I'm saying she's in Florida, correct? I know there's
thinking that's where she's
at.
Let me
Texas, and then the rest of it's pretty much Florida, which means it'll be in
then
Georgia.
there's some here.
Yeah.
I think they said there was like 50
And
cases.
the mom appears to be an illegal alien, which means she's getting some free medicine here. And now that her baby's a U.S. citizen, her baby's getting some free medicine.
And when they grow up, they'll get SSI.
That's the problems. And people want to call everybody racist. But at what point did our country stop worrying about its own citizens and start paying more attention to the people that don't even belong here? I mean, like my great-grandparents and my great-great-grandparents, all these people have been putting all this money into Social Security for what? Well over 100 years. And now, like the new generation of kids, they don't even want to pay Social Security because they're under the belief it's not going to be here. The government's even talking about getting away from the IRS and questionably Social Security.
Yes.
So then what?
I'm all for the IRS going away.
Oh, I'm all for that too.
Yeah.
So we talk about fair tax, and you keep saying flat tax is not the same thing as fair tax. What's the difference? I'm sure a lot of people are questioning that.
Oh, geez, we got to do that at 7:45 in the morning.
Yes, sir. That's called being prepared for a show.
that
means being awake when you get here.
Why? That worked last night. Why don't we have a tax professional explain that?
I just needed you to give me a quick.
One's fair and one's flat. It's kind of like a good-looking woman, and you look at her, and then you go turn to the side.
Stephanie, why does he compare everything to a woman?
She has breasticles, and when they have breasticles and they're fair.
Can you shut up long enough to get your mind out of pervert zone for a second and try to go to give me a just Cliff Note version? What is the difference? What is the key point? Just a key point between the two.
Well,
I thought you knew this.
I do, but it's kind of like trying to explain it in just a nutshell is extremely difficult, especially when you weren't prepared.
I thought you knew all this though.
Yeah, well, fair tax. Let's go with this. Fair tax is still going to be clifted. It's still gonna represent different percentages for different amounts of wealth.
I thought fair tax was just going to be whatever I buy at the store, whatever you buy, that's flat. Okay, so some of the people that's been saying fair tax all this time is really talking about flat tax.
Yeah, there's different.
So is that what fair tax people are trying to say? Fair tax is using the flat tax as a reference to explain why they think the fair tax is such a great idea?
I am 100% sure they're confusing. What you got, Steph?
Okay, so flat tax. Hold on one second, because she's going backwards on the story.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I'm not. This has to do with this.
Okay.
Flat tax is a fixed percentage people pay on income with no deductions.
Right.
Fair tax is a consumption tax on money you spend.
Okay.
Say that one more time.
Flat tax is a fixed percentage people pay on income with no deductions. Fair tax is a consumption tax on money you spend.
Okay, so fair tax is exactly what I thought it was then.
Well, like I said, it's.
But that ain't really based. But what she just said that ain't based on percentage. That the flat tax was based on percentage. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, but here's the thing.
So that's backwards of what you just said. Is what I was trying to figure out.
Well, okay, listen. This is where the percentage part comes in. That's why I was saying it's very difficult to explain in just a sentence. Here's where the percentages come in. You've got to look at our government looking at not what Scotty spends and not what Steph spends, what Mike spends. They've got to look at the whole country. Well, you have people that are, let's say, below the poverty line. Okay, their income, let's say, is $12,000.
Yes.
Okay, so now you've got the Clintons, whose income is $1 million a year. Percentage wise, the Clintons, because they will be buying more stuff,
they'll be buying more.
They'll be
spending more.
Theoretically or mathematically, they will be spending a larger percentage in tax. Is that fair?
Yes. I mean, because if okay, the difference of me shopping, this is just strictly examples. If I go to Target and Steph goes to Walmart, well, we already know that Walmart is most of the time cheaper than Target. We know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Steph I'm just throwing these numbers out. Steph spends $50 and she has to pay a 5% tax on her $50. I go to Target and I spend $100 and I have to spend 5%. A tax on my $100. Well, that's just fair. I mean, that's simple.
You're
that is just so simple. You just pay a percentage on everything that you spend. So the difference is, if Steph's not going to buy, what? Let's just take a guess, Steph. What was one of the last houses Bernie Sanders spent? What would they say it was? He tapped into his political fund since he's no longer president, and it's technically his money. They said something like he spent $64 million on a house or some stupid amount, right? So let Bernie Sanders pay 5% on his $64 million, and let me and Steph just spend 5% on our $64. My $64 at Target and her $64 at Walmart. It seems logical to me.
Here's what people don't understand about all this too is, like, in Germany, and I know Karina is listening this morning in Heidelberg. Check this out. It's called, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's called Mehrwertsteuer. And when I was there, it was 14%.
No, when Hitler was there, it was called murder.
But here's the thing.
Sorry.
When you
trying to lighten the mood a little bit. Yeah,
when you paid Mehrwertsteuer, you didn't know what, you see what I'm saying? The price of it was 5 marks. You paid 5 marks. That's it. The business owner paid the Mehrwertsteuer.
And I'm
it
with
wasn't
you.
5 marks plus 14%.
Right. And I agree with I wish everything was that way. Because let me tell you something. I joke about giving the government money, and I hate doing it. But I also hate when somebody says, you owe me $2.63. Oh, my God. Give those other 2 pennies to the friggin' city and just don't give me back pennies. Just give them the pennies. I don't want them because that means I got to carry them.
We just, wow, she's saying it's completely different. It's 19%.
And I apologize. I thought you were researching back on the moss stuff is why I said not to go backwards.
No, I was the Zika, which I have it pulled out.
Okay.
I also had this, and
you had what one?
Under the flat tax and the fair tax. And under the fair tax, there's a rebate based on the poverty line. So a low income family will be tax exempt for the first 15K or so.
And see, that pisses me off.
That's why people are arguing about it.
Let me tell you what pisses me off. When I find out that people that own a house worth less than $20,000 in our county doesn't have to pay property taxes, and I do.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Because I'm going to explain things to anybody that has any effing common sense. When I started doing electrical work in 1988 and 89, I made $5.35 an hour. And I had to pay taxes on my money too. Mm-hmm. I lived in a house with 3, possibly 4 roommates, because one would never pay or was hardly there. But we had to split everything. Everything we always had to split. I was poor too. And you know what? I got a job and I worked my friggin' ass off.
Yeah, but
I didn't sit around and complain and say that I wanted $15 an hour for a minimum wage. I decided when I wanted $15 an hour, I would just work my ass off, learn more, and get promoted more.
What's the incentive for that now?
Oh, it's called a paycheck.
No, I can stay
not
home
a free
and make
box
more
of
money.
brownies. We had that conversation yesterday.
I can stay home.
But the problem is what we keep hearing the Democrats try to make it sound fair for the poor people. Well, some of us were poor, and some of us worked our ass off to get out of that situation.
Some of us are still poor.
And most people have worked their ass off to get where they're at. Most of our listeners have worked their ass off to get where they're at.
And still working their ass
And still doing it every day.
Yep.
To get better.
Well, your situation's a little different too, Steph, because but you know where I'm trying to say. Put it this way.
I wasn't talking about
No. I mean in general, I wanted to say this. Steph is in a little bit of a situation. Because she can't go out and get a full-time job.
Right.
Her full-time job is being mom because of her situation. So if Steph could go out and get a full-time job, then imagine how much better off her and Travis could be financially. Oh, yeah. But Steph's in a present situation that she can't. What about these sorry asses that just choose not to? You know, I was watching another video it shot by last night of a girl saying she's got 6 kids, and the guy's interviewing her. It's a news guy. And it's an old video. Everybody's probably already seen it on Facebook. He's asking her about going to get a job. She says, well, why do I need to?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just have another baby.
And she said that. Why do I need to? I'll just have another baby.
Yeah.
She says those words as she's got ink on, hair extensions on, and everything. She's got everything she possibly wants. Why does she need to go get a job?
When we were talking before the show today, you had said something that cockroaches are in constant movement. Isn't that what you said?
Yes.
Yes.
Same thing with these folks. They are in constant movement. So if we block them in some way and say, okay, look, because the tax thing's all screwed up, we're going to go ahead and just everybody's going to pay the same amount of tax. What happens? A Democrat comes along and says, look, if you're below the poverty line, you don't have to pay anything.
I don't agree with that.
Where's your incentive to get above the poverty line?
If somebody wants a sip of water, whether it be a rich guy or a poor guy, you have to get your lazy ass up and walk over to the well, and you got to run the bucket to the bottom of the well, and you got to get the bucket back up to get a sip of that water.
The bucket.
And I'm sick of, I told everybody, beware. I'm in one of the moods this morning. I can't understand how people can accept standing there. I need my check.
Until we change it, it's, you know.
Unless you have a real reason, you shouldn't. What are you saying?
The fair tax is a Republican libertarian program that will help the poor raise themselves out of poverty, which is why Democrats oppose it. Democrats tax the poor and middle class as highly as possible for a reason.
Yeah, the government needs more money than it should.
The Democrats are keeping the Democrats down. You know what's so funny is I look back on history. Like, as much as Mike don't want to look at the movie, the what is it, State of Free Jones? They were ex-slaves and they all voted Republican. Hello, what does that tell you? That's even in history. That's Civil War time. You know, it's Mike's giggling. It's just unbelievable.
Suck, dude.
Whatever, you're an idiot. Martin Luther King, they said he even voted Republican.
Martin Luther King didn't watch that movie though, did he?
Oh my God, you're an idiot. You watch Steph, save me here. He watches puppets on a screen.
Yeah, because I asked him if he knew the movie Uncommon Valor, and he had never heard of it.
Uncommon Valor? Yes, I did.
You watch
I thought
a
you
movie.
said no, you had never heard of it.
You watch a movie, grown people, you watch a movie with puppets on a string.
And Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers. You watch it.
I don't watch Bob's Burger. I don't even know what the hell it is.
Louise always says that stuff. Whatever you say to her, she turns it around.
On what?
On Bob's Burgers.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He says Louise like I know this person.
No,
I don't know.
But here's the thing. You
watch Doc McStuffins.
No, I don't. You watch cartoons.
He watches the Princess Show.
I don't watch any of it.
You don't let Z watch Doc McStuffins?
She is all about some Mickey Mouse, dude.
Oh, she hasn't graduated. It's usually Mickey Mouse Club, then they go to Doc McStuffins.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that the order that you went?
or Chuggington.
Mike watches stupid ass children's shows and then wants to criticize one that's about the real life and history of somebody from the Civil War.
That movie's a children's show?
I started watching a show that's pretty interesting. It's called
Aw.
Stranger Things.
Oh, good
Yeah,
for you.
I'm
Netflix.
beginning to see it right now.
Good for you, Steffi.
All right, look, we're coming up on that 8 o'clock.
Thank
Everybody
God.
hang tight. We'll be right back. It's just for fun in the morning.
Hang
Well,
something.
it's supposed to be just for fun. Right now, it's just for, I don't know. It's a mess in this joint. Everybody hang tight. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
And the first baby born with Zika was in New York City. Born in New York City.
Dang. Really?
Yeah. I could have sworn it was
I thought it was down
Florida.
Well, it's going to spread like wildfire.
But it says right here, a New York City reports baby born with Zika-related defect.
And what is it going to do? Because they didn't
Birth
say
defects.
that. I know that. They didn't say her head was small. They didn't say
They can't.
Micro.
Yeah, but I thought that's what it is. I thought
Well,
that
you,
was the lead
you,
symptom.
you can't freaking segregate
can't say
small heads.
Nobody said
You got a
segregate.
big head. You got a small head. You're a Lorax.
It's called microcephaly. The condition that
You're a
requires
Lorax.
Intensive care and can lead to a variety of other problems, including seizures, vision and hearing loss, and intellectual disability.
You're a Lorax. Ow, ow, ow. At least my head's getting better. I put some goo-goo on it now. Some new goo. Turn and burn.
And it says the mother in New York is believed to have been infected while traveling to 50 countries where Zika is.
And they're telling people not to travel to those countries.
Especially if you're pregnant.
It's stupid, man.
But they didn't say.
Because we hadn't heard about the first mosquito anything from the Olympics yet.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Man, them dudes lost their freaking rides, man. The swimmers.
Yeah,
All the sponsors are
Speedo
pulling
dropped
out.
them.
Oh yeah, they've lost the lock guy. He'll never recover from this. He's gonna be broke in no time. Yep.
Yeah, because Speedo dropped them.
Three
Some
big ones.
some
Ralph
cologne.
was it Ralph Lauren, and then Tommy Hilfiger or something like that.
Go
What was it?
finger.
Yeah. And then Speedo donated money to a charity too in Rio. They're trying to keep their name out of it. Now, do you guys know what happened here? I got more of the story last night.
I don't know what you're talking about.
This, oh my God.
The swimmers.
This, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. These guys were out partying.
Can we do this when we go back?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, why are we going to talk to each other when we don't even like
Oh
it?
no, because it's really crazy. I mean, this is an American embarrassment right here.
Okay,
man.
well, let's
Yeah.
go back with it. Hold on.
This is a huge embarrassment. I'm going on a long range shooter now, baby.
And we're back. Hey, anybody watching video, let us know how good the sound is today. I did try to adjust.
Somebody
Some
let me know how
volume.
sexy I look.
I said I tried to adjust the volume. I can't do anything with the quality of the video.
I know. That's why I'm here.
Wow.
You're not quality control. I mean,
No,
you
I'm
can't even
quality
control.
enhanced.
You can't even control your own pee.
Well, it splits up into two directions. No
Oh
big
my
deal.
God! I'm not
What?
trying to
You
talk about
brought
you
it
having
up.
a Prince Albert.
You brought it up.
Oh my gosh.
What's the British royalty got to do with my penis?
See, Stephanie, could you please save us?
We were talking during break briefly about
Very
the
briefly.
swimmers.
The
The swimmers.
Yeah, let's make fun of rednecks talking this morning,
Yeah,
Steph.
not
Or
the
swimmers.
I'm them dang spermicides.
Do you hear how that girl sounded? We talk about swimmers
Because I was squeamering.
because he's a swimmer.
Hey, get this. You know, you always feel safe
Swimmer.
around me because, well, quite frankly, I'm a great screamer. All right, that
Wow.
So go back to the swimmers.
Righty then.
Yeah, weirdos.
Yeah, Ryan.
See, Chris?
Lochte. He
Yeah, nobody can say the dude's name right. It's
he-
funny.
Mr. Idiot
Yeah,
himself.
really. Let's go with that.
He's lost a lot of his sponsors.
Yeah, he's done. He's done. Stick a fork in him.
Yeah, Speedo fired him.
KY should pick him up. You know why? Because he's fook. Sorry, I'm in one of the moods, you guys.
And there was a couple of
that was funny.
clothing
Not
people
even
that dropped him, a
And-
cologne that dropped him.
Yeah. Well, those people are all healthy and, good looking and in shape and all, so it's easy for them to get those type of sponsors. Me, on the other hand, I get Monster and,
Gang
those-
raped in church.
It works wrap things.
Well, I wonder if he's.
Well, I've seen you, and it does not work.
It does. Stomp it.
I wonder if he's gonna have his reality show again because he was supposed to have a second season of his reality.
What's it gonna be
show.
called? Screwed?
It
Well,
needs to be.
They'll think it's a
Here.
sex show, and it's really not.
Yeah.
Here, kind of follow this a little bit. These guys, they're out partying like everybody in Rio, and everybody's getting in trouble, right? Because they have a curfew. All right. Well, these guys are out
Wait,
partying.
Rio has a curfew? Or
the
Olympics
Olympics, yeah,
people, okay.
IOC.
That's what I'm asking.
You're gonna live in those like barrack type things. You're gonna have curfews, and your coaches probably have curfews
Yeah, the
too.
Yeah, they tell you don't go out drinking,
Right,
messing
and
around with hookers.
everybody is out partying. Even apparently the Filipino dive team, which was a great video, by the way. So these guys are out partying, and they see that they're going to be late. Okay. Yeah. So they're drunk and they're partying. They tear up this guy's bathroom stall in a store. So from what I gathered last night was, and if you haven't traveled abroad, when you tear somebody's stuff up and
You
they
never
see you
travel
doing
with
it,
abroad.
when you tear somebody's stuff up and they see you doing it or they catch you doing it, they want money right now. There's no
Because there's no
jury.
coming back.
Yeah,
Right.
and he knows these guys are going to head back to the States. So this guy probably did pull a gun on him and say,
Well, they say the security guard did pull.
yeah, which he had every right to, in that culture.
Millions
I-
of people
Oops,
wear
sorry.
prescription glasses.
So the crazy thing here is these guys make up a story because when they get back, guess what?
They
They're
know they're
getting in
screwed.
trouble.
They're
So
past
people wear
curfew.
Prescription glasses.
Sorry. There's a commercial I'm wanting to hear.
You're past your curfew. It's just like the girl who runs away with her boyfriend and goes down to spring break. She gets drunk and parties her ass off. She comes home and daddy says, what the hell were you thinking? And she goes, oh, I was raped.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
he kidnapped me.
Yeah, he
and-
kidnapped me. He
right.
raped me. So the same thing. These guys are like, oh, we're raped. Well, the reason why we're late is because we got robbed.
And they didn't expect it to get out of hand like this.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then it went ballistic. Now, I heard last night, very late, that Speedo is donating $50,000 to a charity in Rio. And I mean, I fully understand. Speedo's trying to protect their brand name. I mean, I imagine Speedo's huge in Rio. Come on.
Speedo in Rio.
Speedo in Rio.
He's a
Ah.
poet and he didn't even know
It's
it.
like Militarymike and
Militarymike and a Speedo. That's a great vision. Can
That
we get it?
is.
Can we get it? Can we get a picture?
yeah.
No.
If it's
I
with
want
her.
you in a yellow Speedo.
All right, if you get that young lady that I just saw to
Because
pose
then you'll
with
look
me,
like Hulk Hogan.
yeah, man, I'll do it. I'll do it. You know me. I'm even, and I would like a Coke right now.
I just saw that. I know you wanted a sip.
Yes. Redneck Steph, have you noticed that Scottie is starting to take on a Scooby Doo kind of laugh?
Yeah.
You do know that I've always.
You're-
I love how Mike's been. He thinks he's been here 2 years, and he's just realizing what's been going on forever.
I pulled it up real quick.
How would I know what's going
I'm
on
trying to
forever if
change
I've
the
only been here for
subject
3
here,
years?
guys.
Well, 2 years ain't like 2 days. You should have noticed all this a long time ago.
Why? You
not
think I
only
pay
is-
attention?
I
Not
know
only
you
is Speedo pulling out, but Ralph Lauren.
Shh. We don't need to know about Stephanie. Could you please reword that? Don't you dare tell us nobody. No, I don't even want to repeat what you just said.
That was
Jesus
beautiful.
Christ. Not only is, you know what? If I wouldn't have caught the Speedo, I would have thought you said Speedy. Not only is Speedy pulling out, so is Ralph. What are you talking about?
Military Mike, what's your
Speedo.
take on that?
Yeah,
I don't
Mike,
take
what's-
nothing. I'm just pulling out.
Speedo dropped Ryan.
Dropped in.
Dropped
Oh,
in.
man.
You suck. I want you
I
to
said
take.
dropped him. dropped him.
Okay, take about 3 seconds to think about how you're saying all this.
Okay, Speedo dropped him. Ralph Lauren
Dropped him.
Dropped
That's
him.
what I said.
No,
him.
your little redneck lingo keeps sounding like him. Drop him. Drop him. It's kind of like second. You can't say second. It's second.
Okay.
So
A-
words
a
your sexual innuendos.
I like drinking that sake.
A Japanese mattress company, Airwave, also ended
yeah,
their
well.
endorsement agreement
And
with him.
thank you. That sounded better.
And Siren Candela, owner of Gentle Laser Hair Removal,
Oh yeah, babe. I don't have a clue what that is.
me neither. They dropped him also. So that's Ralph Lauren.
I was just at
Speedo.
this. Mike and his Speedo.
Oh,
Please look closely.
no.
They're cheetah print. Here, let me zoom that in for you. Look.
No.
Let me see.
Mike, let me see.
Man boobs.
Yeah, he's kind of out of proportion.
Mike,
Hmm.
you're kind of.
No, I'm not. I'm sexy.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I'm too sexy.
But
for
yes, where Mike was talking about Speedo donating, they're donating $50,000 from Lochtey's endorsement fee to the charity Save the Children.
Oh, they took it away from him.
Yes. So that's
Sweet.
even better.
That is. Oh, I love that, man. That's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome. I love it.
Oh, my head hurts.
Love it, love it, love it.
Mike and a Speedo, baby.
Oh yeah, I'd do that in a second. I look better than him though. That guy.
That's all in the eye of the beer holder.
Duh. Oh, I think. Wait. Yep, I did. I had to fart.
Oh my God. You made me look
Really?
at the camera for that.
I just farted.
And then you announce it over the.
Well, it's because it's radio.
Yeah, because if you're not nasty enough and people don't hate you enough.
People don't hate me. People love me. Why
Yes, and I
is
just
it-
got strangely, those sponsors still donate money to criminal Clinton.
Yep, I got that.
You know, I'm telling you, I now call her Hillary Clinton. I
Sounds-
just don't even want to say her name anymore. Just Hillary. She is that person.
Did you know that there was a whole discussion in talk radio last night, here again, the wee hours, about the presidential candidate's health? Not just Clinton, but Trump too. This has never came up.
Okay, so what's
president-
being talked about, sir?
Well,
You're catfishing. You threw the hook. We might as well jump on it.
that's what I do.
Doesn't
okay.
work. Doesn't work when you try to jiggle your worms. It doesn't help you land women. But we'll jump on this one.
I can land them. I just have trouble keeping them up on the shore.
Yeah, you don't know how to set the hook.
Well, I can set the hook. They just wiggle back into the water like
Yeah.
that one yesterday.
Yeah, they want their freedom.
Yeah, and the chloroform wears,
That's right.
off.
Go ahead.
What were we talking about?
The health of the
Wow.
people running for office.
That's right. Hillary Clinton. When I got bad feet, so when I take steps down, I clench my fist because it hurts my back and my legs. I've noticed 3 different times now when she's getting like out of a plane or she's coming down steps or stepping up, she has that same fist clench thing going that I do. I'm thinking, see, I want to say like structural or muscular, but the news reports are going towards like liver, like organ type issues. Now,
Like
there
a
was,
hepatitis type, maybe.
I don't know. I'm not. I was talking to Danny last night, Variable Speed, because they're both medical folks, and they were saying even her facial expressions, even the way her eyes are sagging and stuff like that. I mean, it could be she's just tired, but she is gaining a tremendous amount of weight.
Yeah, she's
And
gaining
you
a
would-
lot of weight.
And Trump's doing the other thing. Trump's not. He's losing weight, which you would think on a busy schedule you would.
Yeah,
She's gaining a lot of weight,
and
they're
she does kind of have a yellowish tint
Yeah,
to her.
yeah,
Now that
she
you
really does.
Now that you think about
Well,
it,
I mean, we looked at a bunch
yeah.
of pictures last night, and we looked at her. Her facial expressions are being more, what would you say, like more
Overdramatic?
enhanced? Yeah. Which means she knows that it's happening. Like when your face hurts and you know it's hurting, you try to do the opposite if you don't want people to know. And she's
Huh.
in the limelight 24/7.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't wish any harm on the woman, but her
I
and
do.
Bill. Have you seen Bill?
Yeah, he
without
looks
makeup?
horrible.
Oh my God, I saw his face the other
Holy
day, and I was
crap,
even
man.
like,
Freaking Walking Dead.
He looks like he's got.
But his face look in these pictures is right before that other article popped out where the girl says Bill Clinton gave me AIDS.
Yeah, what's up with that? You told me that last night before the show.
What if?
And I was like,
what
what?
if?
I hadn't heard that. Now he's got the Energizer Bunny, is what the Secret Service calls her. The girlfriend all the time up there.
Oh my.
So it's gosh, yeah, Trump's old lady posed relatively nude, which is extremely
But
acceptable.
way before Trump.
Well, it's extremely. I mean, Jackie Onassis, Jackie Kennedy. When she was born, she was nude. I mean, isn't it?
When she was born,
yeah,
she was nude.
yeah.
Dude,
I mean,
you were
can
nude
do
like
it.
an hour ago.
Yeah,
Well, it's
absolutely.
8:14. Yeah, an hour 15.
Yeah, I was nude in the car. So it's
I wondered what takes you so long to get out of the car. Now that makes sense.
It used to be gravity, because falling in the car was easy. Sliding out now out of the Grand Cherokee Laredo that I purchased from Turn and Burn Motors. Go see Jack and the guys, or Joy, who sits up front, for your
Automotive pleasures.
We talked so much about them last night. They are just so cool over there, and I was explaining it to Variable Speed, and she's like, we're going to probably end up going over there. I said, okay. So then I'm talking to my sister-in-law last night, and she's like, she went and drove it. And she said, holy smokes. And they're looking for another car. So he said, well, should I just go over there and say just for fun, or just I said, no, tell me when you're going.
That's right. We'll meet you over there.
Yeah, we'll meet you over there. We have so much fun.
I'm supposed to find out about my pots for my bus today, so I know whether or not I'm going to get my pots.
So if you're out there,
fixed.
if you're listening, and if you have any used car needs, okay, is that a good way to say it, Scott?
Yes.
Any used car needs. If you've got a car that you're unhappy with, bring it to these guys. Not only do they take trade-ins, not only do they go to the auction like twice a week, but let me tell you something, they're going to give you top dollar for your trade-in, and you are going to be so freaking excited when you ask them to take you in back. They disassemble your car basically when it comes in, and they clean every single solitary bit of it. Now, Captain Dan, Captain Dan is my co-ho.
Your co-ho.
Yeah. And he's
was he Navy?
No, he was. Well, yeah, I think he was Navy. Then went Army. Yeah, I think he did. I think he was split service.
So he's bi-military.
Or trans-military. He's trans-military. No, but he made a good point. He said, if somebody smokes in a car, let's say they buy the car brand new and they smoke in that car every day of the week, every day they're in it. Okay, that gets into the carpet.
Gets into the air conditioning.
That gets into it. Actually, he said it permeates the glue that glues the carpet down.
Wow.
And I'm like, wow. Because, I mean, think of the guy goes into buildings.
Who says this?
This is Captain Pat.
Okay.
Now, he's a fireman. That's
right. That's why I was.
Yeah, so you didn't think about that.
I never thought about that.
Never really thought about how much smoke permeates.
But what you don't think about is it's a chemical.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, there's chemicals in that smoke. So if you're spraying Lysol and Lysol and Lysol sticks to stuff, then why wouldn't you believe? Why wouldn't you believe smoke?
Yeah.
I mean,
But it's really cool.
It's a chemical.
These guys literally take the carpet, the floorboards.
I've taken people there to see the fact that they have all the material out and it's nothing but metal
and pressure washing.
Yes, that's exactly
great.
Right.
It really is. And let me tell you something. When you get into the car that you're looking at, if you're going to buy a used car, you already accept the fact that somebody else owned it. You're going to get in there and have different kind of smells, maybe, or a little stain here. Guess what? Get in my car. The only
no, please.
The only
please
wear
be
and
careful
tear.
with this conversation.
No. The only wear and tear that is, visible is the captain's chair, the driver's seat.
Yeah, I tried to sit in it yesterday in the back seat for a second because I wanted to pretend to be his first Uber customer.
And it's like freaking, I'm not going to say it's like new because I know it's brand
new. It's like new to you. It's the newest that you've got.
It's brand used. It's brand used. And let me tell you something. I got a great deal. And you know what? They've already called. They've already contacted me on Facebook, see how I like it, to thank me. Come on. Where can you go and buy a car where one, you'll even talk about it, two, you're happy with it? I mean, with the whole thing. Come on, that just doesn't happen anymore.
Listen, I'm just saying. I was happy and I rolled out a maxi price to my Corvette. Now, I was not happy with the way they treated me. I was just happy with the Corvette.
Yeah, I was about to say, remember his daughter? Oh my God, she was so
I was just
mean to
happy
me.
that I made it out of there with the Corvette, but it was the worst experience I ever
She was
had.
so mean to me. I brought that thing back and I said, good Lord, what did you guys switch the tires from when I test drove it? And she looked at me and she said, why? And it's like, well, when you answer why, that means no.
Right.
Right. And she's like, no. And I'm like, you're so stupid. She was so mean. His daughter was just mean. And they switched the tires out on my Corvette. Isn't that something? You go test drive a car and you tell them you want it, and during the process of buying the car, they switch the tires because they were Pirelli P7s. It's like, you dirtbags.
So my wife says, I feel like I've been beat, right? Because the problem is she worked Friday night. Okay, excuse me. Let me start over. We went riding Sunday. All my days blend together. We went riding Sunday. And then I thought she was off Sunday. I didn't know she had to go to work at like 11 o'clock.
Oh, no, poor thing.
So then she was up all day yesterday. And then now she says, I felt like I've been beat. And I went, next time, yell the safe word, honey. You get it? Never mind, Mike. God, I figured you'd be in that. Look, I got the resident redneck and the resident pervert. I figure any of my jokes, one of you should get.
I just want you to understand that if you were to ever hurt that woman, I would kill you in your sleep.
There would be a safe word. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Is there a safe word associated with that one?
Yes, safe. Stay away from it.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
It does have that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Trouble.
Yeah.
I'm just scrolling down my Facebook page and a person pops up. He's like, hey. Like,
well, I mean, the last one kind of.
Hey, that's why I'd rather tell you now.
Yeah, you know.
Steph, do you have anything this morning?
Oh, I was just reading the different articles about Clinton
her health?
having AIDS.
Oh,
him?
HIV.
Him?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Because it says in their new book, Bill and Hillary. So this
Hillary.
Is it out yet?
So this is that.
They said it's the new book.
No, I don't think it's out yet.
I'm picking, Mike. I'm just picking.
Is it out yet, Steph?
I don't know.
She don't know either. Keep going.
But so this is that thing called love. The authors interview Clinton insiders who claim that Bill slept with so many women that Hillary Clinton has repeatedly forced him to get an HIV test from the doctor.
Wait a minute. If you know he's done this, why are you with him? Like oh my God, the Batters. She should be a spokesperson down at the Battered Williams women's clinic. Just my mouth this morning, dude, because I read stuff and try to talk faster.
Did you say the Battered Williams?
Just keep going.
Those Wiley Williams. We're gonna beat you guys.
Well, Cat Williams did get in trouble for beating up on a teenager.
This is because the former president favored unprotected sex. And while the
wait a minute, we're still not saying they did anything wrong. Wow. He just chose to not wear a rubber. Wow.
Oh my
terrible.
God. What is going on?
And
I want to
terrible.
I want to go home.
And while the first tests came back negative, HIV and AIDS might explain an ongoing mystery. Over the years, both Clintons have kept their medical records a secret. Clinton has explained his rapidly changing appearance to his heart surgery and new diet, but he has looked increasingly thin and weak at Hillary campaign rallies. As Rush Limbaugh opined looking at Bill Clinton on the campaign trail, Rush only sees Preparation H, Geritol, Fixodent, and Depends. Bill Clinton looks like his health is on a President George W. Bush, but while Bush looks healthy, Clinton only becomes older and frail. Even a former Clinton White House advisor admits Bill looks unhealthy and washed up.
Wow.
Just I don't want to say just damn, but just come on. The pictures, the pictures speak, baby. It doesn't matter what you say, the pictures speak.
Yeah, and there's a picture of him, and it says, "Here's a picture of Clinton recently appearing on CNN with an unexplained lesion on his forehead."
Oh wow, are you serious?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Can you see? It's the bottom picture because the top one is
Yeah, see
him.
it.
Holy crap!
You see the lesion?
That's where he got drunk and
Swear to
fell
God,
down on some steps.
that looks like The Walking Dead, man.
Yeah, he looks rough. I mean, he looks. And somebody else, we were watching Bear whatever.
Yeah, 2 of those.
Yeah,
Running
man.
Wild with
Can I get
Bear
one?
Grimes, Growls, however you say his last name. And last night, you want to talk about somebody that looks washed up and didn't age well? Courtney Cox was on there with no makeup.
And that clown, that Joker.
Oh my God.
That Joker smile, man.
She looked absolutely horrible.
Yeah. She really
And I
did.
hate to say it because she's hysterical.
No, you don't.
I love her. I love Courtney Cox, but oh my God.
She went dumb with that facelift
Plastic
and
surgery,
Botox and all.
She looks
I
like
hate to
Joan
say it,
Rivers.
but what's the other one that did it? The blonde.
From Friends?
No.
Oh.
Don't y'all pick on Jennifer Aniston, and I will.
No,
Oh
Jennifer
my
Aniston
God! It's with
looks
Kurt
gorgeous.
Russell.
Oh, Goldie
Hawn.
Goldie Hawn.
Golly, man.
Well, Meg Ryan too.
Yeah, Meg Ryan.
and Bob Marley.
They should put all those women with the messed up plastic surgery botches together, and Tara Reid's, all them, and do a sitcom.
Yeah. Called Botox too much.
Yeah. The recyclement. That's what it should be
Well,
called.
I don't understand why
With
women,
all the plastic, the recyclement.
you know, a certain amount of enhancement on your lips is okay, but man, there's some that just got this big crazy baboon butt looking. How can they think that looks good?
You suck. You got hemorrhoids in the lips. Sorry. Hey, there's that girl that I was talking about. Wow, see? I told you everybody's been watching that video. Watch. Let's piss everybody off real
Can you
quick.
tell me a little bit about yourself?
Okay, I'm 30 years old. I have 4 kids, and I've been on welfare for 12 years.
Some people are on welfare for a short period of time, while others take advantage and are on it for generation after generation. Do you live in government housing?
Yes, since I was 18, but they put me out because I didn't report my boyfriend living there with me.
Are you employed?
No.
How do you feel about that?
I'm comfortable with it, and I feel like I don't need to look for one because I get a check from the government every month.
How much do you collect in benefits?
I get $7.80 in food stamps, $500 in tennis, and I get Medicaid and WIC.
Sorry. I was just scrolling and past it. I mean, I stayed in government housing until they figured out that my boyfriend, who may or may not had a job, until they discovered he was there. So I just shake my head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you do? What do you do?
Well, I mean, you know, it didn't happen. This stuff didn't happen overnight.
Well, we know it didn't just happen
Yeah,
overnight.
It didn't
but it's
happen
just,
overnight.
what are we
That's
going to do
true.
to fix it? It's always going to be the problem.
Yeah.
Fair tax. Just saying. Fair tax.
Well,
Fair tax.
would that
Fair
somebody's
tax.
got to take a big look at this and I understand
Throw
it would
her
be the-
out. Fair tax.
Okay, but let's be realistic. You throw all these people out, where they got to go somewhere.
Hey. Yeah, I can tell you where they go. There's this wall that we're going to have separating us in Mexico. They can open the gates and make it a one-way entrance into Mexico.
They don't want them.
Well, sorry.
Yeah. If we throw all these people out on their butts, but it'll be
We're gonna
up there. You know?
Here's the thing. People hate me for saying this.
No,
but
we just hate you.
Everybody remembers the movie Annie with all the people that needed to be adopted. My thought is this: the parents are stupid and old enough they should be able to fend for themselves. The kids can be sent to a home and taken care of, adopted out. That's horrible. Y'all think what you want. The kids didn't ask to be born into this. The kids don't ask to live in the poverty like this. The kids are not the ones asking to do this. I think all those could be, they could find some really good homes for a lot of these children and toss old mommy and daddy out on their keisters.
Yeah, but where are they going to go?
I don't care.
I found a picture.
There's a camp somewhere that they can go camp in. There's these things called the Appalachian Mountains. They can aim for that direction. It just sucks that why are we like my mission is to feed my wife and my kid, not 17,000 ignorant bastards sitting up in a shack somewhere. I don't get it, Mike. I just don't get it. And have I had enough? And I've been watching the news. Yes, I'm aggravated. Like, why are we? Now, listen, there are truly homeless people out there that have medical conditions and mental conditions that are homeless, that aren't milking the system. I'm more inclined to help them than the people that are milking the system. You know, like I was told multiple times, Rockdale Relief Fund will help the homeless. Nope. Incorrect answer. If you don't have identification or a bill that proves you live in Rockdale, they can't help you.
But Scottie,
the guy living under the bridge don't have ID and doesn't have a mailing address. The back mailbox for Home Depot is their mailing address.
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
But I live in Rockdale.
Sorry, sir. Without proof of residence, I won't be able to help you with your homeless assistance fee.
Can I borrow your phone? I will go down and take a picture of my igloo under a bridge.
No, you can't borrow my phone. This is an iPhone 7 GRP with 5R Wi-Fi.
It just sucks. It just sucks. I would rather help the people that are truly in need and not the people that choose to be in need.
I'm going to be honest with you. I just do not, under any circumstances, want you.
You didn't read one of the posts that was made the other day. One of my buddies, who is a local business owner, was at Sam's Club buying some stuff he needed. Said there was a woman that walked up with 2 buggies slap ass full of junk food, not like real food, just like Twix, crackers, peanut butter, not like,
hey, I like peanut butter.
Shut up, Mike. Don't change the subject. He said that he watched the lady get the total. They said it's going to be $465 and some change. She throws out her EBT card. The woman, the man running the register then says, ma'am, after your total, you still owe $15. And the woman flips out over the $15.
Oh, when I worked at...
Hold it, please. Did you read this?
No, I did. I did not see that post.
So as the woman standing there with her iPhone, her new hairdo, all her gold, her Louis Vuitton purse, she has to reach into her purse to roughly pull out $15 in cash. But you just spent $450 of it on EBT. And you had the nerve to be a little over $15. And you got a Louis Vuitton purse.
Yeah, but
so see the problems here, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, when I worked at Kroger.
Hate me if you will, you guys. You got my text messages. I mean, you got my numbers and my email addresses. Send all your hate mail to me. Call me a bigot all you want. Please go on my Facebook and post it if you want. Just remember that anytime you do any of that, your name's on it and we all see it. Go ahead.
Yeah, when I worked at Kroger, there would be people like that would come in and pay with food stamps and use coupons, which that's all fine and dandy. And then they would get aggravated, pissed off, whatever you want to call it, when they had to pay, say $3 because of the coupons, because you have to pay tax on the coupons or something like that, because they do it at Walmart, they do it at Kroger. Most of your grocery stores, you pay some kind of tax, whether it be a penny, 2 pennies, whatever, on
3 pennies more
on the coupons, when you use coupons, even when you pay with your EBT card.
Can you use coupons and an EBT card?
You sure can.
Cool.
But you pay tax on it.
Oh,
you pay taxes on the coupons.
Cool. Have you ever heard?
So they're not happy about that.
No, they're not happy about that.
Have you ever heard somebody say, "Oh, I don't want to be a millionaire because of all the taxes you got to pay"? It's like, what? Shut up.
If you're a millionaire, then the taxes probably ain't gonna scare you off too much. It's kind of like the guy saying, "Man, can you imagine what it costs to fix a Rolls Royce?" Well, if you can afford a Rolls Royce, you probably don't care what it costs.
A Jaguar. As soon as anybody says Jaguar, that's the first thing that comes to mind.
So, but it's just irritating. Like when like we know the story of watching a woman go in to a local grocery store and buy 30 pounds of Alaskan snow crabs on an EBT. Like, I don't eat that good, and I'm paying for your dumb ass to eat snow crabs. I'm paying, my neighbor's paying, my other neighbor's paying, my mama's paying, my uncle's paying, my granddaddy who just died has been paying. And you're up there eating Alaskan snow crabs, and I guarantee 90% of the listeners, come on, Mike, can I predict 90%? You're going to argue with me on that. 90% of my listeners don't eat 30 pounds of Alaskan snow crabs.
I haven't had Alaskan snow crabs either in a restaurant or, privately in 6 years. When's the last time you had a lobster?
That's my point.
I tried it.
Give me an
at
EBT
Red
card. Let me
Lobster.
go buy us some today.
Hell yeah, man.
Wait, back
jamming.
once again when I was working.
You
at
know this.
Kroger,
You know the expression: if it's free, it's for me.
and I was a floor supervisor, and
People say I'm just jealous because I can't get away with it. Oh, what? Committing a felony? I'm sorry.
Did somebody really just say that?
No.
Oh,
A long
I'm
time
gonna
ago.
freaking
No, a
go
long time ago.
spastic.
No, a long time ago. People said you're just jealous because you can't do it, and I'm like, what? Commit a felony? Sure, we can all commit felonies. That's what they're doing. They're committing fraud, and nobody's locking their dumb ass up.
Breakdown of the social moral fiber,
back when I was worked at Kroger, there was this woman that used to come in all the time, first of the month when her stamps re-upped, and she would get the snow crabs on it. She would get, the expensive steaks, the expensive food, and then she would turn around and go to the to get the money back.
Yeah. Now I
well,
know somebody
caught-
who used to sell whatever they bought, they would sell, or they would just get list from people. and go
Well,
buy it.
I caught on to it, and at the time we didn't realize that there was a way to put the money back on the card.
Mhm.
So I talked with the manager, and I told him, I said, look, this is what she's doing. She's done it 3 months in a row. And they said, well, just start putting it on a Kroger card.
Yeah,
I
gift
said,
card.
okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So, the next month she come in, she did it. And I said, well, we can't give you the money back on it. We either put it back on your EBT card, or we're going to give you a Kroger gift card for it.
Right.
Didn't like
Oh,
that.
she was mad.
Here's a listener right now
mad.
talking about witnessing a woman using her EBT card to just buy a shit ton of food and then turn around and drop $20 on lottery tickets and pays for her beer. I mean, Jesus
Dang it,
Christ,
man.
y'all.
Okay, so let's get back to this. Let's get back to talking about this. There is so much of this.
So let's go to commercial real quick, because that way we get directly out of the EBT thing and come right back. Everybody, I'm dedicating the next song. We're not going to be able to play the whole song because we got commercials up, but I dedicate the next song to the EBT abusers. We'll be right back. All right, big lights.
Yeah, I've never. I tried lobster at Red Lobster and didn't like it.
Usually those places overcook the hell out of it too.
Yeah,
it's
it
already
was
been cooked.
chewy. It was rubbery.
It's usually been cooked and then sent to them, and they just nuke it and soak it in garlic butter. I got sunshine on a cloudy day. Newton. All your lawyerage needs.
Outrageous, baby.
I got sunshine on a cloudy day.
One listener just said, how about the people that are paying for the lottery with EBT?
A year, yeah.
That's supposed to be illegal.
It is. When it's cold outside in the month of May.
That's like me saying I don't think liquor stores should accept EBT. It's just conflict of interest, dude.
I know a store. It's a convenience store. My friend was telling me about it down on a social circle, and you can buy your cigarettes, you can buy
Hell
your
yeah.
beer
Hell yeah.
with EBT.
Awesome, man.
Because all they have to do is key it in, the price and say groceries.
And those, those small convenience stores on there.
Yeah, they don't care.
Single line entry on the,
Just they get their money.
It was so cool last night looking at the camera up there because everything was black, in the night vision, and except for the pool. The pool was glowing blue. It was really cool. Karina is all about it this morning. Oh, flirty with me.
I'm trying to figure out why my wife's home.
Because we thought you were going to be working late today.
Because I'm like, she works Sunday nights.
Poor thing has been working.
What? My point is, she
Ask
works
if
Sunday
it's off.
night, so she shouldn't have to work late tonight. Is what I was getting at.
So if she's home now, you think she's got to work tonight?
Yes, that means she'll go in at 12 and or 2 and get off at 10.
God, man.
So it's like,
Those are
but that was.
I never liked that shift. You know what I'm talking about? That 2 to 11, 2 to... Because it
3 to
screws
11.
everything.
3 to 11.
Screws everything up.
I've never liked second shift.
I'd rather
tried
work from 0 dark early.
I worked at Gates Rubber Company off of Latonia Industrial, and I'd go in at 3, get home at like midnight, 1 o'clock. Ugh.
Oh, it's horrible.
If you're that person, though, maybe you like it.
Yeah, I mean, if you can stay up and party. And that one time right before I left, I was pulling a security job before I went to Afghanistan. But it was all the way downtown.
All right, we're back.
Yeah, okay,
we were talking about third shifts really fast, and
Yeah.
I've never
hated
been a
it.
person to second shift.
Second.
Go in at 3, get off at midnight, and a lot of people go, "Well, good thing is you ain't got to get up in the morning." Yeah, but everybody you know's at work,
Yeah,
and then you're on the way to work when they're all getting ready to get off from work. So how is it second shift
and
sucks?
you don't get to bed until like
2 or
2,
3.
3
Yeah, how
o'clock in the
often do you come home
morning.
from work and not have to unwind? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it
And
was
you gotta
almost.
you gotta
Ugh.
be quiet so you don't wake
That's right.
everybody up.
I don't
And
care.
then you have your kids that you have to get ready for school
Yeah.
in the morning.
Let
So
'em stay up
yeah.
late.
Now, when I was a kid and I worked at Village Inn Pizza right here on 138, I was okay with getting off at 10:30, 11. You know why? Because we were hanging out in the theater parking lot till like 2 o'clock in the morning.
When I used to wash dishes at the Bonanza on Memorial Drive, I know Scotty knows where that was.
What's that? Bonanza Memorial?
Bonanza
That's the one in
Memorial
front of Drug Emporium, wasn't it?
Yeah, man, I
Yeah.
used to wash the dishes for years there. Back then, you could get a work permit at 13.
13 and 14, yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what I did after
Remember
school.
that when you had to take your card in? You had to take your card in to get signed by a counselor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my
absolutely.
counselors would go, well, Scott, why are you wanting to work?
Yeah.
Because I need money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Drugs ain't free.
with your free time, you should really be doing your studies.
Mhm.
Because by the looks of your they whip the file out. By the looks of your file, your grades suck. And we can't give you a work permit if your grades suck.
Yeah, I think.
And
you
I'm like,
did. didn't you have to
Well,
maintain?
well
them?
Yeah,
this
you
is
have
this
to
is and
maintain
that was because if you don't have at least a C,
Yeah.
Yep.
you can't work. And I'm like, man, the system's like killing me, dude. I just want to make some money.
The man is holding me down. How am I gonna get money for pizza, beer, arcades,
Right.
and weed?
So what I got lucky is I got the job at Cub Foods over the summer. And then I didn't have to quit when school started.
What was the minimum wage in 1978?
I have no idea. When I worked at Cub Foods, it was like 1985. And
Okay,
it was Cub Foods on Covenant Highway had just been open. And I think I made like $4 an hour.
I think you're pretty close there. Minimum wage in 1978.
Yeah, probably
It
too.
says different states. You could have
Yeah,
different
different-
minimum
Yeah,
wage.
different states have
Different
minimum
states have
wages.
different.
Yeah.
How about that?
So you might want to put it as
I did Georgia.
say
yeah.
Georgia. Yeah.
Let's see, $2.65 an hour, man.
Good
Wow.
Oh my
Lord.
God! And then it went up to $2.90. Then January 1st, 1981, it was $3.35. Holy crap, man.
What is it now? Like $7.50 or something like that?
7.25, I believe, right?
Okay, so what story were you wanting to start back with?
Well, okay, here it is, me looking at a solution to a big problem. And everybody, this is the first thing they'd say is, Mike, you can't do it. It wouldn't work. You won't be able to do it. Bull crap.
Why do you sound like Trump?
Bull pucky.
Why
okay.
do you sound like a redneck hick? I mean,
Breeding, benefits of good
inbreeding?
education, hot women.
Okay, well, now you're
say-
starting to lie, Mike.
Yeah.
All right, so get this. Hire me. All right, hire any one of these disabled combat vets. You don't have to pay us a lot. But what you could do.
Is there
Come
a
on,
skip
man.
for the record?
Yeah, that girl. You can
Shut
show that
up.
girl
I'm
in
just
the-
scrolling Facebook. I'm not showing you
wow.
anything.
I'm scrolling. Let
Hands
me
above the table.
work in this county, okay, and I will go and identify EBT fraud.
Oh, no, because that would be
Good.
racist.
I know.
Remember?
But look,
No, because you remember when people went to verify voters in that one town, they were like, well, y'all are racist. Come on, dude. You're going to verify stuff. If you're,
Yeah,
here's the
yeah.
thing. If you're milking the booby of the Statue of Liberty, then we
Aha.
have a right to know who you are.
You said booby.
Yeah, I sure did, Mike.
I guarantee that. Okay, let's say you paid me $50,000 a year, which I know is way too much. Do you think I could save the county $50,000 a year by investigating this stuff?
Yes.
I bet you I could do 10 times that.
I bet you we could save
Probably $1 million
millions.
bucks. Yeah, I bet you I could save $1 million bucks. That would be my goal for the first year. Okay, now where do these people go when I catch them and they get taken off of all of these entitlements?
I think a lot of things should be like that, by the way. Like when you go through government assistant homes and you see nice cars parked out front of the government assistant homes. Why? I mean, you can go right here in Conyers and see it. Why?
Oh, I know.
And in Rockdale, each home in a residential home is supposed to be a one-family home. So how are they getting away with it in the government assistant homes?
There's
nobody checking it.
There's no, and they always say the same thing when you bring this up, is that we don't have the money. I'll give you an example. A friend of mine worked for Newton County, all right, and she was in the probate court system. Okay, you would think that there'd be an investigation.
Jacob's now talking about hookers. It says "Sucky Lives Matter."
All right,
Jacob, just
what?
type.
Go back to sleep.
Just type "whore life" if that's what
Yeah.
you're trying to say.
Jacob's life doesn't matter. How about that hashtag?
Shut up. Nobody's criticizing Jacob.
I was. Now, okay, so in Newton County, for the probate court, no, that was the probate. No, the public defender's office. Sorry. Public defender's office. They had at one time they had 3 investigators. That makes sense, right? It's the public defender's office. You don't want the public defender to be accepting a case of somebody who, is dead to the rights, freaking guilty, going to go to jail.
Right.
Why waste all this time?
Why waste the time?
Let's go through the process. You're entitled to it. Yes, but
Yes, but
okay. So they had investigators. They cut the budget, and guess what? They cut 3 people out of jobs. But then their caseload went through the roof because there was people that knew there was no investigation going to take
That's
place.
right.
They just started friggin', I need a public defender. I just think that there's a lot of disabled vets, combat vets out there that have education, that have, and they still got plenty of working years left.
yes.
Why not hire us to do certain things within our county or city governments? We're not looking for a lot of money.
Okay, how about this? Everybody hold on to your G-strings
How'd you know?
because you fix to get them yanked right up your crack. If I was on probation,
Yes, sir.
what do I have to do?
You have to report to your probation officer, and you have to get a job, and you have to stay clean.
And most likely some kind of community service.
Oh, yeah. Well,
And a
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm living in government housing and I have no job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not making any effort to get a job.
No. Why would you?
So then why are they not handed a weed eater
Amen.
And
brother.
they have to do X number of community service hours
I love it.
in the. Well, I mean, if you're living in government homes or government assisted homes, and you're not legally handicapped, you just don't have a job. Well, then you should have a supervisor for that area that monitors the trash being picked up, some weed eats, some yard work. I mean, hell, if you're living in my house, you're going to help take the trash out. You're going to help keep the grass cut.
Amen, brother.
So if you're living in the state's house, your ass needs to be up doing something.
Amen.
I'm sorry. I told all y'all I was in a mood today.
Yeah, but
I just can't see giving, and you just keep having the hand hanging there waiting for you to give them something else.
Nah, it's
You're not my children.
Look,
I mean, why should I give to you? You're not my kids.
all these guys that are just sitting up in the general pop over at the jail. Okay, now look, listen to me.
Somebody just typed probation equals laziness. Is that a question mark or a statement?
Yeah. Now, okay, so you got all these guys that are laying up over there that aren't doing anything that would love to go out. They're not gonna run in an orange jumpsuit, you know. Give these guys
Just for fun radio.
Yeah, to touch on that topic y'all were saying.
Which
like
one?
Mike
Which
was
one?
saying,
Which one?
The EBT.
Man, you're
about
like 20 minutes
hiring
behind. You've been smoking that decon?
twice.
Twice. But I didn't inhale. Go ahead.
No, but about what he was saying with hiring somebody to actually go and search for the fraudulent people utilizing it.
Yes.
They're saying that they don't have the money to do that.
I know.
Well, they could take a loan out for a year.
I got you. I
And
know
within
where you're
that
going.
year, they would be in $1 million surplus,
Yes, I
plus
agree.
paying that person,
I agree.
and then have the money to roll over into the next year to catch the other people.
I agree. I 100% agree.
So if they're going to say they can't take the time to investigate that, why the hell are they wanting to investigate other people that are having tax fraud then?
Yeah. It's not that they can't, they won't. They do not want to do this.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it takes away from that society that relies on them.
Right. I guarantee that if I was to investigate these type of frauds, send me to school, send me to insurance fraud school, whatever. Send me to private investigator school, whatever. I bet you 10 times what you pay me. So if you pay me $50,000 a year,
You're going to save that.
I can save the county $500,000 in entitlements.
That's what I'm saying. You're going to save the surplus.
Mm-hmm.
Be able to roll over into the next year.
And you don't have to. You wouldn't have to raise my property taxes.
Exactly.
Oh my God! Good
that
point.
Exact thing. You wouldn't have to raise property taxes. Hey, streets would actually be paved and not have road snakes in them.
Well, you know what? If I catch you, that's wrong, right? If you're doing this, you're wrong. You're going to lose your benefits. Oh yeah. By the way, you're going on probation, and by the way, you're going to pick up the streets. You're going to clean streets and cut grass. Man, I could knock this out, brother. I could knock this. I could knock a home run.
It would be, instead of sitting there paying, people to clean up the streets,
right?
That's the people that would be out there doing it because they got in trouble.
I agree.
So, it is a solved solution. Nobody's going to want to jump on it because
I would love for every one of them, for every one of them that's caught, caught committing fraud on their EBT and the government assistant, I would love to see every one of them that wants a free place to live. I hope every one of them gets charged with a felony and they are given a free place to live in a work detail camp where they sleep in tents and they have to go out and cut grass.
That sheriff
but guess what? Then you're still having to pay for them, though, Scotty.
Hey, the lazy ass is at least going to cut some grass, pick up some trash on the side expressway. We get something out of our money.
Here, check this out. If they were to hire me, do you realize that I would go stand in grocery stores and monitor? Because right after the first of the month, that's when folks are going to be doing this.
First and the 15th,
right.
Roughly.
So get this. What if I had the ability to fine grocery stores or businesses for breaking the law with the EBT standards, the requirements, and the rules?
They should be. There's these liquor stores that are out there that are taking EBT. What the hell are you going to purchase at a liquor store with EBT?
That's my point. I think it's conflict of interest. EBT should not be accepted in a liquor store. That should just be a law.
What happens if I sling them a fine? Let's say I sling them $1,000 fine.
If they're caught, they should have their liquor license pulled for 6 months.
Generating freaking income. You see all these things? Oh my God, it's
there.
ridiculous. Yeah, it is.
The realm of opportunity.
I'm sorry, I
for
keep
it
looking
is
up. I'm
beyond
waiting on
imagine.
the refrigeration pair guy to be here.
I believe Crystal's out by her car, or she just got into her car.
I don't know, but my refrigeration man is supposed to be here. So
No, I agree with you. I agree 100% that we don't need to raise taxes. We don't. We just need to look at.
We need to liquidate the suckers that are on the Statue of Liberty's booby.
And let me tell you something. You start fining business owners.
I hope they
playing
get
by
lead
the rules,
poison too, because doesn't she have a lot of lead in there?
They'll straighten up. I guarantee they'll straighten up. And when somebody goes to try to pay for something illegal with the EBT card, that cashier is going to go, "Nope, sorry, not going to happen."
Well, I mean, in that essence, what they could do is they could hire one person to be an employee of the store. Their work.
Oh,
Yeah, man, that's right.
I think we lost you, dude.
Or they may be a
Well-
worker that scans, and they're actually an undercover person that works for the state.
Yeah, man.
They're drawing sort of like a dual income at that point.
Yeah.
Where
Help
they're
pay the
sitting there
bills.
watching for these people committing the
Listen,
fraudulence.
let me
And then
word it this way.
Once it does happen, they take that card and they go click click.
Watch this. Now watch where I go with this. Watch where I go with this. So I got in a wreck in 2000, right? The lady pulled out in front of me. I rolled the bucket truck down Shamley Tucker Road.
Right.
Because legality reasons, I couldn't work. And one time I was out there with my kid walking in my driveway, and I look out of my driveway because all the dogs in the neighborhood are barking, and I see this dude that's just been sitting at this stop sign way too long. I noticed he's got a zoom lens. He's taking pictures of me walking through my driveway. Do you know why?
Insurance.
Making sure you weren't committing fraud.
Making sure I wasn't carrying my daughter, because if I claimed that I had a hurt back, I probably shouldn't be carrying my daughter through my driveway, right? I shouldn't be carrying my groceries, right?
Right.
So if an insurance company can send a private investigator to try to snap some innocent pictures of me committing a crime because that's insurance fraud, then why, is somebody not investigating all this EBT crap?
I don't know, man.
And what they're going to say is,
EBT
well,
needs to be
insurance
treated
is
like
on a
WIC, by the
private
way.
sector.
There should be a cereal that you're allowed to buy. There should be a cheese you're allowed to buy. There should be a milk you're allowed to buy. Your EBT, when you swipe it, it should go, nah, no snow crab for you.
Yeah, you can buy Weight Watchers on it. The Slim Fast shakes, you can buy that on it.
EBT, you can buy anything on it.
You can
As
buy
long as it's not alcohol.
You can't buy hot food.
We're
It
getting
has to
reports
be
of people
cold.
saying that there's a place in Social Circle that you can buy lottery tickets and cigarettes.
And beer. Yeah,
So
that's the place I was talking about.
that is highly illegal.
Yep.
And that's what I'm saying. Why should a liquor store be able to sit there and say, we accept EBT? What are you accepting EBT for?
You can buy Monsters.
To me, it's just a conflict of interest.
Well,
I know we're bitching over stupid stuff, you
Monsters
guys.
should be
We're gonna
It
we're gonna
isn't
change it
stupid
up in 3 minutes.
How
It isn't stupid because I'm the one out here trying to support my family, but then I'm being taxed out the ass for them.
He said ass.
I mean,
hey, we still
come on
buy. We get food stamps for my daughter, and I'm just here to tell you, we buy the store brand. We don't buy any of the name brand stuff.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've used food stamps, but you know what? I got 2 kids. I sit there and I go to work every day and I bust my butt.
Yeah,
There's
man.
days that I'm working 12 plus hours.
Yep.
Just
there's-
for me to put food on their plate,
And
and then to go home and sit there and have to worry about, well, am I going to have the money to pay the bills this week? Am I going to have
Yeah.
the money to pay the bills next month?
yeah.
Right.
Well, I
I mean-
tell you what, don't worry about that, because for every 12-hour shift that you work, you're feeding probably 3 other people that have been sitting around all day, smoking cigarettes, probably drinking cheap
Drinking
beer,
a 40.
and PlayStation 4. And of course, PlayStation 4 is online, so you got to pay for that too.
And, and here I am sitting here. I don't have internet at my house. I don't have cable because guess what? I don't have the money to afford it. So therefore, I don't have it.
Do
And
you
I'm not
mean to
putting
tell
myself
me
further
that
in
you're
debt.
not willing to get on EBT so you can buy your lady a Louis Vuitton purse?
And get her
I mean,
nails done every other
That's
week.
what pisses me off.
I wouldn't buy her a Louis Vuitton purse if I was a millionaire.
Really?
What the hell am I
'Cause
going to buy her some cheap crap for?
let me tell you something. Your wife's hot, and I'll buy her one. Tell her right now.
He's at work.
Hey,
Oh.
I just put a $1,200 ring on her hand.
You the man.
That's all I needed.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you know, that's what makes our relationship. I sit there and, you know, I go to work, I come home. She knows I love her. I know she loves me. We take care of each other. She takes care of the house. I take care of the working.
That's right.
You know what? I said this before. I really wish he lived closer.
No, it's safe distance for him
it's
and
not
her.
like I'm hooked on him or something like. Well, he's good looking man.
I was talking about his old lady. You're gonna try to sneak over and
she's-
see, but
it's
you're
good looking
talking about him.
Yeah, I think he fits in with this crowd good. I think he would immediately fit in with us, and I think on the show he definitely welcome Brett anytime on my show. There's always a seat
I
for
appreciate that. Yeah, I wish I lived closer. I've tried talking Bethany into moving further down that way.
No, you're okay, right where you're at.
Well,
yeah,
I don't mean that in a bad way, but you just don't want to be. You don't want to be around
Yeah,
here.
you don't want to be too close here.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't
keep your kids and your life right where you're at.
And that's what it is. You know, we like the schools that they're in. You know, they both go.
We lost you.
Now we lost you again, man.
All right, homie. Well, we need to go to a commercial anyways.
Good.
Let us hit a commercial. Everybody, it's just for fun. Don't go anywhere. We are going to change it up a little bit and come back with being a little funnier this morning. But we did get on our rants a little bit. We'll be right back.
Look at that picture.
I know.
Can't get a job because Trump's raised. That's so funny. Where do people like this work? Tattoo parlors? I mean, where else could he work? Seriously. I mean, that's about the only place.
Hot Topic at the mall. Spencer's.
They dress like that. They look like that.
Yes.
You know how long it's been since I've been to a mall? Well, how long has the borders been closed over summer?
You should go to Stonecrest.
Nope.
It's not just a job, it's an adventure.
You know me. I'll mouth off and then it's on. I'm so gonna go home and take a nap. Business. Two 588. I used to. This is all I used to listen to for like 2 years. Yeah, when I was overseas, you know, we couldn't get a lot of stuff over there, and I had this CD. Oh man, I burned it, man.
What are you doing tomorrow after the morning show?
Drugs. Drugs.
Okay, well, can you shoot up heroin as you help me get the bus? I got to get the bus to Rob.
No worries. Dies. This is Tracy Chapman. I had a Tracy Chapman CD. Oh, I played the hell out of the two of them. Woo! Makes me wonder. Wonder. Here comes the woman's look in her eye.
Pride, baby.
Woo! Look at them. They wonder how the other half lives. Do. Devil inside. Every single one of us, a devil inside. I really have not figured out Twitter. With the hashtags, huh? I know, man. It's just like I'm trying to make sure that we're getting the Just for Fun. Let me tell you something. I put Just for Fun out to 8,462,000,000,000 people yesterday on the internet radio directories and all that other stuff. And while the show was going on, I was watching the show peak. you know, on the little graph there. So hopefully we're getting more downloads.
And mind you, that's only IP addresses. That's
Right.
only laptop.
Yeah.
And
So-
that's not what people use anymore. People don't
The
get
mobile
that.
device.
People just don't get it. Somebody tried to ask me a question the other day, and I was trying to explain it to them. They're like, well, you can't give me an idea. I'm like, you can't trace. I'm not the NSA. I can't trace cell phones.
I tell them potentially 7 billion people, because if you have the internet, you can have us. So I'm really about to start pushing the Tap the App logo. I worked on,
Okay, hang on.
worked a
You
little.
being said. So watch.
Great.
Watch. I just made this morning.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh, here is that. Now look, it's that. There's no background. So you can just put it on
Mm-hmm.
whatever you want.
That's the ugliest fucking color in the world.
It's catchy, brother. Doesn't have to be pretty. That's what you're not.
Change the color or make the A's red or.
No, they need to be flashy, man. Like that right there. Watch. Watch. That's the reason I do it though, is because certain backgrounds you go with white, certain backgrounds you go with green, because you got to have it where it's flashy.
I like the TAPP.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, why do you think I did that?
You just looked over there. You didn't even know you fucking.
Well, I had to look at what you're talking about.
Oops, somebody's already working that, buddy.
What?
TAPP, that app. Oh yeah, somebody's already working that hard. Introducing Tap That App on YouTube, product hunt, find apps your friends love, social app discovery. We may not want to go with TAPP.
What are you supposed to do?
Well, I mean, go with TAP. The Urban Dictionary defines it as a play on technology term for cell phones and apps applications similar to more vulgar version of Tap That Ass, or you want to tap that. I'd like to tap that app. So maybe, what do you think about that? The slogan being, I'd like to tap that app. We got to get past the who gives a shit. Let's just put it out there everywhere stuff.
Fast and catchy. Oh, I would like to tap that out. It's not fast and catchy. That's not what I was. You're addressing it one way, and that's not the problem.
Carry on 3 conversations at once.
Hey, welcome to
It's what we do.
fast world. Stephanie, did you go poop upstairs? What, would you go make some pudding?
Aw,
How long did you have to be upstairs?
butterscotch.
I had a phone call.
And you couldn't take it down here?
I had to pee too.
You went upstairs to poop in my house. There's
No, I
no
did
pooping
not.
during the show.
Poopalicious. Oh, that's gross.
No, we had that.
in mind.
What?
I said, yeah, keep that in mind.
Keep what in mind?
Are we
No
live?
pooping during
Yes,
the
we're
show.
live. Yeah, you don't. Okay, let's have that conversation because we're going to go funny for a minute.
Let's go.
Do you go eat dinner at somebody's house and then use their bathroom? Because to me, you take that home. You don't poop, or you go. I need to go buy some cigarettes, and you go to Quick Trip. You don't poop in somebody else's house.
If you have to, you have to.
No, there's no have to.
Okay, so you have the massive Hershey.
You better hope.
God.
You better hope you got a mobile home outside that you can go poop in. I don't approve of any poopage in my house. I think it's, unless you're a spend the night guest, you got to be here more than 7 hours to poop in my toilets.
I think I'm here more than 7 hours.
No.
It's not cumulative.
No. It's not over a month, Stephanie.
No,
it's
it's
at
not
one
cumulative.
moment. It's at one moment. I'm gonna. You know what I need to do? I need to invent a toilet seat that will only, the lid will only stay open for like 7 minutes. Does that make sense?
Why 7 minutes?
I don't know, because I don't see Stephanie pooping faster than 6.
So what if you're on there, the thing's hitting you in the back, man? It's like, get up, or it
Well, you-
rises up.
Well, you put a spike on the back of it, like an ice pick.
Jesus.
Like an ice pick. So if you stay longer than 6 minutes, it pierces your spine and you become a paraplegic.
Check this out. I have
Stephanie, what the hell is going on?
Okay, it got real quiet. I had a light
I
that
was
went on my
checking
toilet.
my
You're
husband
on
sent
a
me-
show.
All right, well, here, I'm going to give you the little.
Okay, Mr. Tune Out, when somebody texts you and you get involved in something.
Does that
No,
involve
my
the show,
husband-
Stephanie?
No, but it involves my
Okay.
husband and what's going on after the show.
Today
Mike,
on
let's go
Military
for
Mike
it.
News, the Navy SEAL who authored the Bin Laden raid book. I don't know. Did you guys ever
Never
read it?
heard of it.
You didn't hear that?
No.
Okay. You know, they have to sign basically confidentiality.
non-disclosure,
Yeah,
yeah.
non-disclosure. He wrote the book. It was called No Easy Day. And that's a Navy saying, you know, the only easy day was yesterday. That's a SEAL saying. Well, this gentleman, okay, he received $6.8 million for writing this book. Guess what? The court said,
What?
give it back. He has to forfeit the $6.8 million in royalties. Homie wrote this book, and now they're taking his money away.
How is that right?
I swear to God, it doesn't pay to serve our country. It just
How
doesn't pay, man.
how can they say you got to give it back? You can't like take the books back.
Oh God.
You know what? The money should have been handed to his wife.
Oh God.
Like the check should have been written in his wife's name.
Yeah, they say the Navy SEAL, average salary is about 54 grand.
Is he an ex-Navy SEAL?
He's former, yeah.
Former. So
former
that means
Navy
he
SEAL.
no longer belongs
No.
to the state,
Nope. Or the federal
the country.
government.
Right.
But wow. Man. I mean, come on. What is it that they did? Everything that they did has been pretty much glorified in movies and in documentaries.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
So if he wrote a book, I mean, other than, well, even if he used the right call signs, it's no longer a secret operation. The dude's dead. We got him. Holy crap. So
6 million.
A vet. Here again, vets getting freaking
Treated like crap.
treated like crap. Hey, I tell you what, if you're young and you're coming out of high school and you're thinking about joining the military, call me.
You know, but see, that's horrible though.
Yeah, that's horrible to say, because then what happens when we do go to war with?
Well, it's not horrible about Mike jokingly saying that. I'm saying all this is horrible because if our government officials are making people where they don't want to defend the country, then who the hell's going to be left to defend our country?
Exactly.
They won't even make the damn convicts get up and cut the grass. You can't make them defend the
Well,
country.
DJ Scottie and redneckstep, I am going to run for congressman. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say, if you're on EBT, you have to fight for our country. Can you imagine?
Automatically.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
automatically serve.
Ashley's gonna fight for our country.
Oh my God, that's special
Oh,
needs
my
is
God.
a little different there, Steph.
Yeah. Well, you know, we're gonna have to have a letter. We're gonna have to have a letter.
We'll have to
Even
have.
after I present her documentation.
No,
from
we
all
would
the
still have to
doctors.
have her
Yeah,
signature.
we're gonna-
Legible.
Oh.
We need 14 doctors to prove that she's
Yeah.
special
And
needs.
See,
Even
she's
Ashley's
even
laughing.
laughing about it.
That's
Yeah.
about ridiculous. And you know
Yeah.
what? I don't want to.
And what we'll do is we'll send her home with a fully automatic weapon. And if you and Travis
Hell.
survive more than a day,
Yeah.
then
Then
we
you'll
know
put her
she's
out on the
safe
front
to go on the
line.
front line.
Yeah.
Come on, don't leave me hanging.
That will be. And of course we won't be monitoring all this.
No.
No.
Not at all.
Oh God. Oh boy. And you know what? How can you say any of the I know I'm going backwards. How can you say
It's
any of the
okay.
stuff that I said? Any of the stuff I said could be racist. How is it that you can call me a racist on Facebook and instant message? But let me explain something to you. There are more white people on EBT and entitlements in this country than black people. It has been proven 100,000 times. So don't call me a racist. I don't want to hear it. Jesus, man, people piss me off with that crap. I'm being racist because I want to go after the people that are frauding the government.
Well, it's just like the picture I just shared on my page. I love it when they go, Trump's a racist. I can't get a job. The dude has like 10 friggin' lip rings, tattoos all over his face, and come on, man.
I just pulled a Scottie. I have to admit it. I just pulled a Scottie. I deleted this guy. I'm not listening. to
I
that
don't
one.
put up with it. If
I-
you're gonna
Who did
be
you
stupid
delete?
on my page, I don't
As,
put up
as
with
a
it.
friend of mine on
Kate
Facebook
was-
calling me a racist. And you know what? You can jokingly, and you can call me an idiot.
That's
Jokingly.
right.
I love that stuff. I love putting myself in the position for you to take a shot at me. It's
That's right.
funny. That's what the whole shut up Mike thing is. But when you sit there and aggressively go after me because you think I'm attacking your skin, I don't care what your skin color is. If you're committing a fraud against our government and our
Then you're
government
committing a
doesn't
fraud.
have anything set up as a checks and balance, it kind of pisses me off.
Yes.
You know? Jeez, man. Got me riled up. Sorry.
I have no idea what this is. Let's hear it.
Jeff Matthias.
Catapulted Hillary's health back into the national
Uh-oh.
spotlight. We've seen more examples of Clinton behaving bizarrely, completely losing her wits
heck?
mid-sentence.
Did you see that?
We need to make what we've got work really well and improve it and get the costs out of
You just had a brain
upward
fart.
spiral of
See, man, something's going on.
upward spiral.
Nearly
Look at that
falling
scared
over
look that
again.
was on her face.
See, it's her legs too, man.
Referring to Trump as her husband.
You will compare what
Look at
I'm
her.
proposing to what my opponent is talking about.
Having
Look-
to be
look at
calmed
her.
by a mysterious Secret Service agent. Who also carries around a weird syringe, which some speculate carries an anti-seizure drug. The re-emergence of photos from February showing Hillary being helped up the stairs by the same guy. I've also been privately contacted by more medical experts and neurologists who agree that Hillary has major health problems.
Oh,
More
buddy.
health professionals have also gone on the record.
We have a right to know fully what a neurologist says about this.
If you're going into a very important position like this, it's critical. And that information should be something that we should have access to.
Secretary Clinton had had history of unexplained falls, a fall leading to post-concussive syndrome, which was documented, and then a cerebral venous thrombosis that was discovered post-fall. For both candidates, medical history, neurological history has to be transparent. This is a long and rigorous campaign.
A Secret Service whistleblower also reached out to us privately to reveal how $500,000 has been spent creating disabled access for 3 SUVs used by Hillary. Hillary herself admitted that she short-circuits,
God
gets
almighty.
really tired and collapses.
Go grab that
the
towel.
revelation that she's taking most weekends off. Oh yeah, and this AP reporter claimed that Hillary's behavior was perfectly normal. Okay. But according to Clinton mouthpiece, the Daily Beast, the Washington Post, CNN, MSNBC, and others, the whole thing is just a baseless conspiracy.
Total conspiracy theory that literally came from InfoWars.
MSNBC's authoritative medical expert, Charlie Pierce, also completely debunked my claims.
This is just nuts.
Yeah.
Okay? This is just completely crazy.
Oh, wait, he's actually not a medical expert. He's a game show panelist. But to be fair, they're right. I mean, anyone who questions the health of a presidential candidate simply has to be insane.
Is McCain simply too old to get elected? It's John McCain's health we're talking about, and he's running for the highest office in the land. His health, with limits, becomes the public business.
Well, all of it is just insane when you think about it. Like if you would have just, everybody should go watch this. Chris Blakely put it on my page. That woman's head's bobbing like a rooster, dude. Like you can tell there's something not right with this lady.
That was almost like a tremor.
Yeah, yeah.
And
everybody's questioning, grab the towel. Mike dropped a monster.
Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to.
His monster
Scottie-
turned over and
Scottie
friggin'
put that video up, and it was like.
And he got excited.
I did. I really did because. I mean, you know, I guess for a couple of weeks now, I've been saying.
You've been saying, Mike has been saying
something's
there is
wrong.
something not right with this woman. And looky what he found. Now, how about this one, Mike? This one, Mike keeps talking about her legs.
Yeah. Well, that's because I have
Just
that problem.
watch if we can get it to go.
What?
They're
Oh my
showing that she's
God.
now wearing a pee bladder too.
Oh my God, are you serious?
What?
She's wearing a bag?
So
Oh my
How
God.
did?
Man.
how what, Stephanie? Are you? Could you complete a sentence?
But how? How did I know
Stephanie.
that that's what that is? I mean, maybe it's just folds in her pants. I don't know.
You got me, but I'm telling you, all this stuff coming together. You can in that orange pantsuit, you really can't see anything.
No.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm looking for.
So, anyways,
But
this
I
is
mean, in that green one, it does look like there's a tube that runs down the side of her
that's
leg.
right. So, anyways, what else we got going this morning besides the tramp?
Jeff Mathias called me a racist, which I think is funny because you're ugly. How about that? Nanny. He was just trying to make light of me getting mad. So Stephanie had showed us a picture earlier of Courtney Cox.
Oh, thank God, because I thought she showed you another selfie. I was a little concerned.
Smokes, what happened to that?
I didn't get to see the picture. I did.
Oh, you didn't?
I saw a quick look of a person, but I had no idea it was Courtney Cox. I didn't know. Like, she shows the picture in the middle of me talking. I look at it and I just go right back to what I'm doing. I'm like, is that a listener or something? I didn't know who that was.
That was Courtney Cox.
Wow.
That was
She looks horrible, doesn't she?
Wow.
How do you? Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, how do you know that you're a beautiful woman and you go through your entire life and the friends thing and all that other stuff, and then you get up in the morning and you look in the mirror and that's what you see? I wouldn't go outside.
Well, is Courtney Cox friends with this person? Oh, come on, YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, but
that was so weird. It's just we all just kind of stopped.
Yeah, we stopped to see what.
Is that Courtney Cox's sister? Hold on.
Jeez.
That's Kayla Cox.
Wow.
Y'all don't remember this name?
No.
Oh my God, that's who Charlie Sheen got busted with.
Alrighty then.
Y'all don't remember the accusations of Charlie Sheen hanging out with the transgender porn star and they were throwing friggin' water balloons off the hotel balcony down at Cars? And then people started questioning why Charlie Sheen was hanging out with Kayla Cox. Y'all don't remember that article? That is friggin' hilarious. Because then Bree Olsen and all the, he had the two porn stars that lived with him. They started ratting them out about him, and y'all don't remember all that? We talked about that like over a year ago. Mike's gonna be looking up that name from now on then.
I have actually blocked that name.
Yeah, man, because that was a big to-do that his living girlfriend started ratting him out for all this weird stuff he was doing. That's before he admitted to having AIDS. So then that raised the question of where the AIDS came from. Yeah. Am I the only one that watched any of the Entertainment Tonight?
I think you're a little bit involved in following this story.
No, I watched on Dr. Oz. I watched like 3 episodes they did of Charlie Sheen and all the stuff that happened in his life.
Watching Dr. Oz, are we? I've noticed that your subscription to magazine.
Well, go back to Courtney Cox then, because I was just making light of Courtney Cox.
We're much more involved in this now. So, Scotty, what is it that you do during the middle of the day?
Nothing, sir.
What time does Dr. Phil come on?
I was just, it's like 3 o'clock.
See,
I got it
that
recorded.
Was set up.
I got it recorded.
Dr. Phil?
Not Dr. Phil. I know what Dr. Oz. It's recorded.
I know,
You
but
mean
I said
white.
Dr.
Oh,
Phil.
I don't know.
You know Oz, like that movie or that
don't-
TV show, Oz?
I don't like Dr. Oz, and I don't like Dr. Phil either.
I just watch it because there's a lot of cool health things that he talks about.
Yeah, there
but
is
he
a lot
talks
of
about-
health stuff that he
But he talks about everything. I mean,
He
it's-
does. He does.
Yeah, it's like
He
one
has-
day he's talking about water being good for you.
Speaking
and
of
then
water,
another-
there's Courtney Cox.
Yeah. So,
There's Courtney Cox.
well, they're fake, so
A booby shot.
Yeah. And
So what picture am I supposed to be looking for of Courtney Cox?
it was when she was on Bear Grylls.
Bear Grylls.
the Survivor show.
Is that spelled with a B?
It's everything.
As in regular bear?
Yes, that's how you spell it. And then Gryles.
Dum.
Oh, sorry, IS. Sorry, but there you go.
Good Lord. Look at that. Her mouth is
it's coming in.
Her skin has been pulled so tight that her mouth looks like the Joker. I thought you were kidding.
No, she does look like the Joker.
She does look like the Joker. Oh my God, look at this picture of her. That's without makeup looking. Look at that.
Yeah.
Good Lord. I'm sorry. And everybody forgets that she got her little start with you know, Bruce Springsteen.
Getting up on
Look at
stage,
that
yeah.
mouth. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Scary stuff, dude. Look at that.
Her mouth makes Julia Roberts' mouth look almost normal.
But yeah, but hers is it's stretched.
Well, duh. Look at the smile on her. She should be the female Joker.
Harley Quinn.
I think I'm gonna go home and watch a Batman movie today.
So anyhow, what else we got this morning? What 9:23?
I know you guys love my Bitcoin stories.
Oh yeah, let's hear some more of the
I
fantasy
still
money.
don't understand the
Let me go ahead and throw this one out to you. An unknown bidder buys.
Hold, let's go. Stop for just 1 second. I got Chris Wood-Raven saying, "Oh my God, Dr. Oz, you have Oprah TV turned on, don't you?"
Yeah, he does. I know. See what I'm talking about? Scotty, there's a lot of concerned listeners out there that you perhaps might be losing your man card.
There's a lot of health stuff that Dr. Oz talks about.
Well, you know, Dr. Oz, he had a story, I think it was last week. It happened here in Atlanta about a man that was shot. And he claims that he died and went to hell and came back.
Well, if he was in Atlanta, he was in hell.
I know, right?
That traffic sucks.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
See, even Lou says, "I love Dr. Oz."
I like Dr. Oz, but I'm a
Lou.
woman.
Lou be here Thursday, right? I haven't
Yes.
met Lou yet, so that'll be fun. I heard he's funny.
Yeah, and if you would like to come in or take a day off, that's totally up to you because Lou said he can come in. So it's up to you, Steph.
Cool. Yeah.
What about me?
But
You
it's
weren't here.
Thursday?
You weren't here when Lou was here because he was taking your spot because you weren't here. So
So if he comes in
Thursday,
is he
then-
gonna want to sit in my lap or something?
no, it means he can sit on Stephanie's mic.
He's gonna
He's
sit
gonna
on
sit
my
on
ball.
Oh, shut up! Come on,
No, he's
y'all
gonna
keep
sit on my
going.
ball.
Keep going.
You keep what? It's not your ball.
Well, he's gonna sit on your ball that's over here.
Can we not have this conversation?
Y'all know that Hillary looks sick.
Oh God, Lou's typing, so I'm scared what he's fixing to
Oh,
say.
yeah, there's
And
no-
Raven's renovation. How is Days of Our Lives going, bro? I hope it's still together.
You are so busted, dude.
I record some Dr. Oz, and every time I know that there's a special or whatever, I look at the information button and I decide whether it's one I want to watch or not.
You are busted. I think that's what we should go with.
I got Lou saying Dr. Phil is killer. It makes me like that I have an okay life. Yeah,
Dr.
yeah.
Phil?
Watching Dr. Phil.
Who said they like Dr. Phil? Seriously.
Keep going.
Mm.
What was the
Phil.
story that y'all were actually trying to talk about here?
I think Dr. Phil's an idiot.
Oh my God.
How does this guy is him and his wife still together?
I don't know.
That's like me giving freaking dating advice.
How? No
you know?
doubt. How to lose a woman in 10 minutes. You could pull that one off.
I could no. Well, the last one was more than 10 minutes. Not much. But
Did y'all ever really go hang out in public?
Yeah, we did.
Where?
Well, we went out dinner quite a bit. I mean, that was
Dinner.
Well, I don't go
Like
to
you would go in a
events.
dark restaurant where nobody can see
No,
you.
that's not true. That's not true. You're just mean. You're
just
mean.
saying.
You're mean.
Did y'all?
Okay, I'm
did
scrolling through.
Did y'all like go? Were you seen at Target? Were you seen
Yeah, we
like
went
in
to-
public walking around together?
Yeah.
Okay, Steph. Somebody come up with a
Shannon-
topic.
Shannon How do you
Yeah,
pronounce
she's
it?
suffering.
Doherty?
Yeah, she's
Doherty.
suffering with cancer.
Yeah. Well, she
Yeah.
scored a settlement in her canceled lawsuit.
What was the
I'm-
lawsuit? I
What
didn't
was
know.
the cancer? I mean, I know she had breast cancer, right?
It was a huge $15 million lawsuit she filed against her ex-manager for allegedly screwing up her health insurance. So apparently he didn't, like pay the
Premium?
premiums and stuff like
Yes.
that. And so yeah, I mean she had breast cancer, obviously. Beautiful woman, kind of weird though. Okay, so I'm scrolling through. I know Scotty just absolutely loves Oprah, and
I do not love Oprah at all.
He
You're
used,
a
he used to
freaking
watch
idiot.
the freaking Merv Griffin show, and he loves Match
Oh my
Game.
God! I've
And
got.
what about Sally?
Listen.
And the
In the
TMZ
daytime,
every day.
I'm gonna tell you what's recording.
Sally
So-
Jesse
shut
Raphael.
up.
The
The
TMZ.
doctors are recording every morning at 10 o'clock.
Dr.
And then I decide if I'm going to watch any of that. I look and see what's on there. I got the late night with Jimmy Kimmel or whatever that records. I've got Dr. Oz that records. And I've got
Oprah.
TMZ and also the other one to do with the radio guys. And sometimes I
Something
watch them,
Nation or
sometimes I won't. Yeah, Destination.
Disney.
Sometimes I watch them, sometimes I don't. It
Sometimes
depends on
you
what the
just delete
topic
'em?
is. Yeah, well, it randomly records them. there's always 5 that are recorded, and I, go back and watch them anytime I want to.
Why don't they just change TMZ to TMK for
Which
the
is what?
Kardashians?
Oh,
It's
too much Kardashians.
Yeah, absolutely. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Hey, did you see the car that Floyd Mayweather had? They're
No.
coming out with all these really cool sports cars that are like $1 million plus. I don't know if y'all dig those.
I used to like watching some of those cars, like being built and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But truthfully, what good is a 230-mile-an-hour car?
Yeah, I mean, I got you. I got you. They are beautiful works of art, and they are technological. Did you hear about Uber in Chicago?
No.
Oh, sorry, Philadelphia. Driverless cars.
Oh yeah.
You can,
but they were still gonna have a.
It'll have a driver in there,
there,
but he's not gonna be touching anything.
Right.
But the girl in the back seat.
Unless he has to.
And now get this.
Only if he picks her up at a bar and she's drunk.
Yeah, during this test phase, it's free. So if you live there, which I think is pretty cool. What do you guys think about wireless? Listen to me. What do you think about driverless cars?
I'm not sure the world's ready for it.
God, I am.
Because do you know what I see? I see an EBT card holder seeing a car without a driver, and they're purposely going to get in a wreck with his car and say that it was a malfunction of the car.
Yeah,
They'll
so
have
they
some dirtbag lawyer, ambulance chasing idiot who will help her for free as they try to sue Uber for having a driverless car.
Yeah.
You're a trip.
Tell me that's not going to be possible.
No,
you don't see that?
You took something so amazing and just made it.
No, I love the idea, but we got dumbasses suing McDonald's because the coffee was hot.
We got dumbasses that sue.
Excuse me, I ordered iced coffee and this shit's cold. I'm suing you.
We got people that are suing Starbucks because they put too much ice in their iced coffee. You got people that are suing car manufacturers because the cruise control, they put it on in their RV and went and laid down to take a nap. And they had a wreck.
Y'all really believe these stories? I don't believe these. I think a lot of these stories are crap.
Wait a minute. Coming from the guy that claims to date all these women, and you tell us what we're supposed to believe.
Yeah, I mean, you can find it on the internet, so it's got to be true.
I mean,
the cruise control about the RV, the woman put in the RV in cruise control and went and laid down, that was actually on the news.
Well,
because she thought that meant that it drove itself.
Come on, seriously?
Yes.
You've
never heard that story?
I also heard that.
Research it, find a number, Mike. We'll call it.
I've often heard that when I was in high school, everybody said, "Oh, I can get you a Corvette for $25," but some guy got killed in it. I mean, everybody told that story.
Yeah, that's back in the 60s. Mike.
Easy, cowboy. Hey,
but you research and find that woman. That would be awesome to call her. I would love to hear her explain to me how she really believed that cruise control was autopilot.
That would be beautiful. Now there are, have you ever heard?
My phone is getting lit up.
Yeah, well, everybody's gonna say they're real, Mike. They're real. Shut up. Prove it. I mean, it's just ridiculous. These fake stories are rampant anymore. I've always heard the one about the lady that was in the furniture store, and she sued because of getting hurt, or her child got hurt, and everybody said that she told the kid go over there and jump in the fountain or some crap like that. They're fake news, or they're fake lawsuits.
I just got from a listener going, "You're right." Like, I'm surprised Mike doesn't agree with you, because an hour ago he said businesses should be fined for fraudulent EBT use, like it's their job to police it.
Well, yeah.
I pulled up.
I don't understand that comment.
I pulled up some of the dumbest lawsuits ever.
Yeah, I got some right here too.
Inmate sues state for his fraudulent gas.
How is it the
fraudulent
states
or flatuous?
Yeah, it would have to be. I don't know.
Flatulence.
But because you can blame somebody else for you having gas.
Prisoner sued the state of Michigan, stating that the food in prison was causing his flatulence problem.
Cool.
Yeah, because it's the state's fault.
Now this is fake, right?
No, this is real. Man sues Microsoft over undeleted files.
I'm going to sue you, Microsoft, because I was witnessing nudie pictures. It's your fault.
I think you're in refrigeration guys here, Scotto.
And so
Oh,
this,
awesome.
so,
I got to go out and deal with him.
And the lawsuit was based on tips that he had bomb-making materials at his home. The FBI raided this guy's home and found incriminating files under then 5 days old on his computer and arrested him on the spot. Arrested him on the spot.
Arrested. All right, I got to go deal with this real quick. Keep going. I'm gonna go up there to harass this guy.
Thief rewarded for injury.
He's arrested, I tell you.
A young man of 19 located in Los Angeles, California was awarded $74,000 plus medical expenses when his neighbor accidentally ran over his hand with his car. The young man was unaware that there was someone behind the wheel of the car while he was trying to steal the hubcaps off the neighbor's car. A woman sues store for fall.
Yeah, that's the one I was telling you about.
A woman in Austin, Texas was awarded $80,000 after she broke her ankle tripping over a toddler.
Wait. Okay, before you go any further, listen, I've got the same story right here from Business Insurance Quotes. And this is what it says. Kathleen Robinson of Austin, Texas was awarded $780,000. So see, the stories are they're bull.
But yeah, after she broke her ankle tripping over a toddler who was running inside a furniture store she was shopping in. The store owners were very surprised by the verdict because the toddler running in the store was the woman's son.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow. Yeah. Costliest lawsuit. A woman purchased a new 32-foot Winnebago motorhome from a dealership in Oklahoma. On the way home from a football game, she drove onto the freeway. She set the cruise control. She left her seat to go and make herself a sandwich. Needless to say, the motorhome veered off the freeway and crashed. The woman sued Winnebago for, are you ready? Not writing in the owner's manual that a person can't actually leave the driver's seat while the cruise control was on. A jury in Oklahoma awarded her $1,750,000 plus a brand new motorhome.
That's the same thing I got here too.
And Winnebago updated their owner's manuals because of this judgment.
Yeah, was she hurt?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about that, does it?
A car dealership sued for nothing and loses. AutoNation, one of the nation's largest auto retailers and is headquartered in Florida. The company has 66 dealership operations in Florida with over 7,000 employees statewide. In this video, you will see AutoNation's general counsel, John Ferrando, explain how AutoNation was faced with a frivolous lawsuit, a situation where no one was harmed, but it still cost the company more than $1.5 million in legal fees, including a $1 million payout to the plaintiff's lawyers to settle the case.
Wow.
And we wonder why costs are going up.
Yep.
Man sues Michael Jordan. One of our esteemed fellow American sued Michael Jordan because, are you ready for it? He claims that Michael Jordan looks like him, and this causes people everywhere to approach him.
I got the same problem with George Clooney.
He sued not only Michael Jordan, but also the founder of Nike, Phil Knight, for $832 million. That will buy a lot of shoes. And guess what lawyer represented this guy?
No.
Himself.
Oh, there you go. Brilliant.
Many of us are avid Facebook users and are familiar with a Facebook poke. But did you know a poke could land you in jail?
No, I did not.
Exactly what happened to Shannon D. Jackson of Hendersonville, Tennessee. She is facing the real possibility of jail time. Jackson was arrested on September 25th and a bond set at $1,500 after she poked someone on Facebook. The problem, it allegedly violates the terms of an order of protection set by the court. No telephoning, contacting, or otherwise communicating with the petitioner. I can't believe I am even writing about this. If found guilty, Jackson could face some even more jail time. How much time? It is possible she will receive 29 days in jail and a fine of up to $2,500.
Now, there's a young lady, her and I, there's actually two young ladies and I, we poke back and forth almost every day, and we've got like hundreds of pokes.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's because remember, I think it was a couple months ago. I asked you guys. I said, "What the hell? I mean, is this? Should I be taking this serious? Should I be saying like, hey, baby, or what?" But come to find out, it's harmless and
Yeah, I
it's
mean, the
just
only
a
reason why
game.
she was getting in trouble is there was a temporary protection order in place. So that
Yeah.
violated,
Now,
she was violating the order.
I have someone that sends me a or post on Facebook a picture every day when they're leaving the home, going to work, and it's an attractive young lady, and she just puts on, she has a lot of different outfits. I mean, a tremendous amount. You never see her in the same thing, and she's always smiling. And I always say like, "Hey Monday" or "Hey Tuesday," like that. And actually, it infuriated somebody, and she got mad at me about it. Yeah, yeah. So it's kind of weird. I mean, I think Facebook is one of those things where it can really be interpreted a whole bunch of ways, and you just got to kind of be careful on what you're thinking. You think. And it's uh-oh.
And here's another one real quick. Richard Overton sued Anheuser-Busch for false advertising when drinking a six-pack of Bud Light failed to produce visions of beautiful women on a balmy beach. He sought damages for $10,000, claiming that this deceptive marketing caused him emotional and physiological
yeah.
distress.
Me too, just reading the story.
In other words, Overton was mad that drinking beer didn't equal hot beach babes.
Me too. Drinking Monster should do. Hey, I've got one. Listen to this. The Philadelphia restaurant was ordered to pay Amber Carson of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, $113,500 after she slipped on a spilled soft drink and broke her cossack, her tailbone. The beverage was on the floor because, yep, you guessed it, Miss Carson threw it at her boyfriend 30 seconds before the argument. Here's one. Kara Walton of Claymont, Delaware, successfully sued the owner of a nightclub in a neighboring city when she fell from the bathroom window to the floor and knocked out her two front teeth. I'm laughing while I'm reading this. This occurred while Miss Walton was trying to sneak through the window in the ladies' room to avoid paying the $3.50 cover charge. She was awarded $12,000 and dental expenses. Wow. And of course, I got the Winnebago story. Now, the big thing with the Winnebago story is a couple of questions there is one, did the woman get hurt? How did she live through that? And, how could a grand jury or a jury listen to that story and not just be laughing their ass off?
Yeah.
Kenmore Incorporated, the makers of Dorothy Johnson's microwave, were found not liable for the death of Miss Johnson's poodle after she gave it a bath and then attempted to dry it by putting the poor creature in her microwave. Now, she commented it was just for a few minutes on low.
Wow.
Yeah. Can you, you guys sit there and go, yeah, these people are kind of crazy, aren't they? You know what? I'm going to have to agree with you. People are stupid.
Yeah.
Good God Almighty, they're dumb.
Here's one. Austin Atkin sued NBC for $2.5 million after a particularly grotesque challenge on Fear Factor allegedly made him vomit and run into a wall. According to Atkin, he was a regular watcher of the show, and nothing had previously caused such a reaction until he witnessed contestants competing in a rat eating challenge. In the show, the rats had been processed in a blender and then served to the contestants.
Isn't that crazy?
Which Atkin claimed caused his blood pressure to rise so much he became disoriented and was unable to see the door on his way to the other room.
I remember the episode.
Atkin claimed that the 2.5 million was an arbitrary amount and that he simply wanted to send networks a message that shows have become too graphic. The judge ultimately threw the suit out, which makes sense. If you don't want to watch something specific on TV, changing the channel is an effective means of escape.
Yeah.
Which
Now,
is true.
a friend of
remotes
mine
are for.
She was on Fear Factor. It was actually the holiday edition for Halloween a couple years back. She's a beautiful woman. She was in a bikini, and she had to get into a glass coffin full of snakes and had to unlock herself. Had to find the keys and unlock herself. Believe it or not, the key got stuck in her bikini around her butt, and she couldn't find it, and she got disqualified the first round. But here's the thing. You know that she had to do some therapy and all, because the snake in the water thing really
But
freaked her out.
that's different. She was on the actual show.
Yeah.
This was someone that was sitting at home in their living room, probably stuffing their face with pizza or
Cheez-Its.
anything else.
Yeah,
or Cheez-Its. And he sued because the challenge they were doing was making him sick.
Yeah. Well,
Turn the freaking channel.
I'm sitting here. I'm on Snopes, and everybody always didn't get you Snopes. Of course, Snopes has issues too, but I'm going to Snopes, and they call it the Stella Awards.
Yeah.
And basically that is these fraudulent these cases
Frivolous,
did not exist.
Stupid.
Yeah, it's a joke. They didn't really occur. The one about the woman and the coffee, is that true?
Yes, that is true. They actually had a program on HBO about that.
Really?
And a lot of people don't realize, they think that the lady just put the coffee in her lap, but she didn't put the coffee in her lap. Her son went to pull out, and he handed the coffee to her, and she was elderly and ended up dropping the coffee, which then went into her lap and burned her. And it was a pretty gruesome burn.
Wow.
It was a
from
third degree.
coffee?
Yes.
Are we still talking about McDonald's?
Well, we went through a bunch of
Yes.
cases. We went through about 7 cases while you were gone. Just talking about frivolous. They're fake. They're called Stella Awards, and they're pretty much the same 7 to 10 cases. Some of the facts are a little skewed, but
what gets me is how these people can take stuff to court. And I had a woman pull out in front of me, rolled a bucket truck, destroyed her car, destroyed my truck or my business's truck. Hospital, 2 surgeries, thousands upon thousands of dollars of damage, and I get nothing out of it but a couple of peanuts. I had enough to pay one of my chiropractors.
Yeah.
All my medical bills and stuff got me screwed. But yet you have somebody spill some coffee in their lap.
Well,
what do you? I mean,
it's just like the lady with putting on the cruise control. Hot coffee is hot.
Well, it says.
It says.
Does it make any difference that you write a couple of words on the side of the cup? I mean,
yeah, because at the time they didn't have hot coffee written on it.
It doesn't matter when they hand it to you.
Okay, does that mean I can step out in a crosswalk while traffic's flowing, and I can just jump in front of a truck that has no possible way to stop?
Yes.
But how is that right? When does common sense become a factor?
Apparently never.
Well, the lady, perhaps the most famous
EBT, everybody's trouble. There you go. I just thought of that.
Perhaps the most famous frivolous lawsuit, Liebeck versus McDonald's, is a case in which 80-year-old Stella Liebeck spilled a McDonald's coffee in her lap, causing third-degree burns on her legs, lap, and groin area.
Wow, man.
After she filed,
Hey, how old was she?
80.
She wasn't using it anyway.
After she filed the lawsuit,
Mike about choked. Look at Mike's face.
Please tell me you're talking about the coffee.
After she filed the lawsuit, many people criticized her without hearing the full story. After all, coffee is supposed to be hot. In reality, McDonald's has had over 700 complaints filed concerning the scalding temperatures of its coffee, which is served between 180 and 190 degrees for optimum flavor. To put it in perspective, coffee at most restaurants is served at or around 140 degrees. Liebeck tried to solicit McDonald's for a mere $800 to cover the skin grafts required for her injuries, but McDonald's refused. Ultimately, the jury settled, awarding Liebeck $2.7 million. So in reality, she was just wanting her medical bills paid, which I don't blame her. And the jury found for her $2.7 million.
So wait a minute. So in this case, the jury just sat in a back room somewhere and says, "Let's give her $2 million."
Heck yeah!
Wow.
I mean, there's actually a show.
I should have taken my stuff to jury trial then.
Yeah.
Maybe I could have found somebody to feel sorry for me.
HBO.
I would have.
Did a show on it, on this actual case, and it shows the pictures.
Look under the table, buddy.
No.
Here, let me hide it right
No.
there.
I know you have red underwear on. That's disgusting. I should never
It's
know that.
striped.
It's still red.
But it shows the pictures of the lady with her unmentionables, blacked out, of course. And
I figured Mike would say these things, Stephanie.
Why do we need
Stop.
to see a picture of that?
Can we go to commercial? We need to go to
It
commercial.
was the.
Can we
you
go
saw
home?
Let's go to commercial. We'll be right back. Stephanie, an old lady's genitalia. You weirdo.
Sick.
Hey, it was on HBO.
So that makes it okay.
Oh, I gotta check my college emails. I'm about to get chewed out.
Just fixing the board and the upstairs ice maker, the top ice maker is over 3. So he says that he has to get it approved because Lowe's don't allow him to just repair it over 3. How many times you ever work on a refrigerator and it not be over 3?
3,000 or 3? I was about to say.
I'd love for them to say, go pick out another one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can get. I'm gonna see if I can get a student loan that just helps me pay my bills. That's what. Catch you later, there, Karina. Tschüss. How do you say soon? I know. Blinken du später. Is that right? Blinken du später. See you later. Isn't that right?
So ain't that something? If it's more than 3, they have to have approval, and he's already got approval. And he's trying to talk down to me like I was stupid.
Yeah.
And he tried to flatter me one more.
He's better.
And I said, I'm gonna let you. In my opinion.
Yeah, because up until then,
I was just a homeowner.
I couldn't deal with homeowners. There's just.
Look at that coffee cup. I want it.
Yeah, that is awesome. You will catch up on your
That's funny.
Lamsang. But I can see Lamsang better.
Speaking of this Dutch, what?
Shut up.
Speaking of crotch. Speaking of that 80-year-old. All right, we're back. And if you ever take anything that we say way too serious, you have issues. Wait a minute.
Yes.
If you're listening to Just Fun Radio, you most likely have issues.
Yes.
You most likely have issues.
You know, last night during the show, we learned a lot about variable speed. My co-host, but she talked about listening to the morning show every day. And
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
You have to work with this idiot.
So
and listen to the morning show.
Well,
what do you
and
wait a
even,
minute? What do you
Captain
force
Pat-
your co-host to do?
Well, it's different in
Jesus
my world. It's the world according to
Christ.
Mike. So, but Captain Pat does too, and they listen on a mobile device. On a
I just
phone.
got this was the longest 5-minute story in radio history. Thank God you're back. So I don't know what I missed. I'll have to go back and watch it.
Frivolous lawsuit. They were keeping it
Whoever
going.
sent that message, I mean, you need to watch YouTube because we weren't sitting in the captain's chair, but we're still flying the ship. Okay.
Yeah.
She's still talking the
You should be thanking us for keeping you alive.
And we were getting messages from people.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that.
Well,
that's crazy.
Why do people think we come up with these stories? We're
I don't
reading
know.
the freaking news for you.
Yeah. This just in.
And yes,
Military Mike is a homosexual.
and sometimes when we are reading stories,
Why do you pick on me?
It's a frivolous lawsuit. I can't
Frivolous?
even get the word out of my mouth.
You're causing me fatuation.
yes,
Your fat
he's
situation has
infatuated.
nothing to do with me.
Fat
He's
situation.
Nobody shoved the Cheetos in your mouth.
Man, I ate McDonald's last night too. I feel so bad.
I
I'm
had
telling you,
tomato
man,
soup.
Get this: when you don't eat junk food, and then you do eat junk food,
Your body feels like.
oh
bleh.
my god, I felt like I
Stephanie,
ate a brick last
Let me
night.
see your hand for a second.
No,
Here
what are
we
you
go.
gonna do with my hand?
Let me see your hand for a second.
Keep it above the table.
I will. If my hand's above the table, how am I going to get your hand above? Mike, look.
No,
How would I get
no,
her hand? Give
no.
me your hand.
I know what you're doing.
How am I
and
going
I'm
to
not
get her
watching.
hand under the
I'm
table?
not
Hurry
watching.
up. We only got 10 minutes left.
I'm not.
What the are you doing?
I was just making sure you're correct. Your body does feel like.
Bite me.
You're so mean.
He is, isn't he? Hey,
She-
I've lost
she
20
fell
pounds.
for it,
Thank
though.
you very much.
He
So
goes
kiss
away.
my butt.
If
And
you
we're
left
all
it behind you, it doesn't mean you lost it.
He comes back and he's freaking mean to
I
us.
have a flat butt. Thank you.
Well, I'm not going to argue with you there.
Hey, you know that 18-wheeler that hauls heavy equipment? No, I was just gonna say it has a flat bed, but it's just really wide.
Oh my God.
She's ready to kill me.
I am ready to kill you. I think I'm doing pretty good. Thank you very much. Considering I can't go to the stupid gym because of
Hey, I got no
having my
excuse.
child.
Oh man, we still haven't settled that. All listeners, we are calling for you to do us a favor. We want people to call Planet Fitness and raise hell about how stupid it is that they will not allow Ashley to sit to the right-hand side of a treadmill while Stephanie walks on the treadmill.
I thought we had a lawyer.
I need to call him about this, don't I?
Mr. Davis, correct?
Yes.
Davis Law.
And it's not like I don't have. Okay, first of all, she is over the age of to be a
Right.
guest, and I
Right.
have the big membership or the black card membership as they call it, to where I am
I'm
allowed to bring a
sending-
guest. But they said because she is not using the
No.
equipment, she can't be out on the floor.
Oh,
But
come
how
on.
many people do we see just standing around talking that are
Let's-
out on the floor?
Yeah, but come on. Here again. Stop it. Stop the minutia. Stop the crap. She is a special needs child. She needs to be next to her mom.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no if and
Oh,
buts
they
about
said
this.
I can't even sit, which I would not do.
I swear
But
to
they
God,
said
I
they
would.
can't that I can't even sit her in the waiting area where the
I wouldn't
kids-
I wouldn't sit her by herself, because to me that
Right,
becomes
no.
stupid of a different lawsuit.
No,
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that.
No.
Okay,
no,
so
no.
pause. Yes, Ashley cannot go to Planet Fitness. That is, I am so pissed. I'm definitely going to let everyone know that this is, yes, let everybody know, because this is extremely stupid. Stephanie pays for a membership, but they said because she does not work out, what they're not looking at, they're not defining it as she's special needs. What they're saying is that because she can't work out, she can't be out on the floor. But let me make this comment. I find it very
judgmental.
No, I find it wrong that there's a guy who brings in 2 special ed kids that he gets paid by the state to take care of these 2 special ed kids. He goes and works out while these 2 special ed kids go walk around the entire gym and play on free weights, play on machines and everything else. Now, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to pick. I figure what's good is for the goose is good for the gander. But two of these children, I say children, they're both over 21, but they both are mentally and physically handicapped. I don't believe they should be on machines unsupervised.
Yeah, where they could get
So
hurt.
if they will allow 2 kids unsupervised on machines and 2 kids with free weights unsupervised, then why are they not allowing Stephanie to be on a treadmill with Ashley less than 4 feet away from you? I find it offensive.
Yeah.
That's just my particular.
And why can't I-
That is my particular opinion. If you have a young man with Down syndrome and we don't know his emotional state, we don't know his mental state, but if he's allowed to walk around the gym totally by himself and be on machines that he could potentially get hurt on, and he can play with free weights and potentially hurt him or anybody else, then if that's allowed, then why is this not allowed? Because my other argument with them is this. They used to have this rule saying that you can't come in tank tops or wife beaters.
Right.
But they're also saying that I can't come in my cargo shorts because they're not workout clothes. So if I can't come in my cargo shorts and do my quick 20 minutes or 30 minutes on the treadmill and then walk back out to my car to leave, which is what I want to do, if I can't do that, then they should not be allowing guys in dirty wife beaters in there working out with their wife beaters on. Because in their rules, they state they're not allowed to have that, but they're not enforcing it. Well, if they're not enforcing that, then they should not be trying to bother me about my cargo shorts, because they're also letting the girls with the see-through yoga pants on that's not allowed either.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're also letting the women come in that are in very scantily tank tops and yoga pants.
Yes.
You know, and I can get a note or a letter from my doctor that where he states I need to lose weight.
I just got to tell Steph to
for
bring
health.
to come to Body by George in Loganville. Her little girl is more than welcome there.
See, that's sweet.
That's the problem is little Planet Fitness is wanting to be particular about what they want to, which is they're selecting. They are selecting what they want to be.
Yeah, they want to have all the hotties.
Yeah.
Yeah. And generally what happens is all the hotties complain about everything, and generally that causes a club to shut down.
So it just sucks that, you know, I don't go to the gym because most of the time when I get done with the show, I end up having 10 things to do. But me and Stephanie used to go walk on the treadmill and continue to talk about work stuff after we would, you know, do the show. Well, the problem is she can't now. She can't go.
I either have to pay somebody to watch my child, which is an additional $20 a week.
You know what? There's always an exception to the
or I have to wait until Travis gets home, and sometimes he doesn't get home till 6, 7 o'clock at night.
And then most of the time we are busy, so now my wife isn't meeting Stephanie up there either, because that's our time frames now.
Well, not only that, you know, you go work out and it pumps you up. Say I go and work out for an hour at 7 o'clock, means I don't get home till 8, but you don't put into effect that who's going to feed Ashley,
that's what I was going to say. Who's
Ashley,
taking care of Ashley?
Get Ashley in the bed.
Right.
But then, you know, I go work out. I can't come back home and
go
to
I got from a person that's in a
sleep.
wheelchair. He just says, this is lame.
I bet you I can blow this up. I just figured out a place where I can go to get some help on this.
Yep. Planet Fitness, baby. They've got all our money, and they are not customer friendly at all. They are really not worried about the customer.
Even though they say they are no, what is it they call
no
it?
judging.
Lumps or something allowed.
You should see their ratings at Consumer Affairs.
Right.
Woo! 1 star, man. 1 star. 547.
Let me tell you, I pay as a member, but let me tell you how aggravated I am. There used to be this dude that lived in an RV.
Yes.
He was he wasn't working out in the gym. He was going into the gym to use the shower.
Yep.
And then he would go back out. And I'm like, how are y'all finding this acceptable? They're like, well, it is one of the amenities. Come on. Come use your head, dude. Come on.
And you know, one thing though that I want to, even though I can't go use the gym right now, they sure don't waste no time taking their money out every month.
No, they
out
don't.
Of my account.
They don't.
You know. So.
Well, they don't offer saunas, and that's really my thing. I like to ride the bike for about a half hour. Then I like to sit in a sauna or a steam room, eucalyptus, something like that. The one way to do it, Steph, is not to patronize a business that acts this way. The other thing is if you can, stick with it, because
one listener just says, I've canceled my account.
Yeah. And I'm reading tons and tons.
I got another one saying that I quit Planet Fitness because I grunted a little bit when I was trying to work out, and they said that I couldn't.
You can't grunt.
Yeah. So, little weird, little strange.
You're sitting there pushing weights and you can't go, you know, come on. You're supposed to be there to work out. I get the, I don't want to hear anybody screaming. I get that. But who does that anyways? Nobody's really doing that on purpose.
No, it's just, wow.
I mean, we were laughing about these 2 little hookers that every time we were up there, they were acting like they were working out. But like when they would do they would sit on the bench that would act like a bench press, but you're sitting in an upright position, like in a chair. And they overly was making sure that their boobs were showing. And all they did was walk around, and while people were on the treadmill, they would go stand in front of the window area. There's a stretching section in the very back.
Yes.
Which got mats on the floor and everything. Yep. They made sure they were right there at the front window with all the light coming in and stretching. And and they weren't both stretching at the same time. Like they're taking turns while one's stretching, the other one's kind of talking and, you know, putting her boobs out. And then the next one was doing it. And I'm like, is this just like you're trying to catch a guy on the treadmill, or are you wanting to make a guy fall on the treadmill?
Heck yeah.
So just throwing that out there.
I've never hooked up.
Yes, the sign says it's a grunt-free zone.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So my original comment is if they will not allow Ashley to just sit there minding her own business next to Stephanie while Stephanie's on the machine, then I don't feel that the other two people that are special needs have any business unsupervised playing on machines. I think that's dangerous for them as well as anybody else.
Yeah, they could get hurt. They could hurt somebody. Yeah, I agree.
So there you have it. We're at the 10:03 hour. What you got, Mike? Anything, or you out?
I was just gonna say tonight is Tuesday night. It's the Angry American with Highway Jack. Then tomorrow night is the remote broadcast from Tulsa. We figured out last night that Tulsa spelled backwards is a slut. So
Mike put way too much thought in that.
Yeah.
I don't have much to do.
You know what it is? That means that if you walk backwards to Tulsa, that will be where every one of your dates come from. Sluts.
And Taco Cat spelled backwards is
never mind,
Taco
Mike.
Cat.
Okay.
Okay.
So you got Jacob.
I just got a listen to going, all them hookers, I'm going to Planet.
Yeah,
I'm going to Planet Fitness.
So let's see. Monday night, the World According to Mike. Tuesday night, the Angry American. Wednesday night, the remote broadcast from Tulsa, Arizona, Oklahoma. I was close. It was one of those ones.
Anyways, the guru,
the Rough Edge,
the Rough Edge.
And then Thursday night we got Ladies Talk. And I so swear, but Scotty got me involved with a high school football coach that wants me to drone videotape.
Oh, the way you made that sound. I ain't get you involved in nothing.
Probably going to be tied up some Friday nights here because I really got some tracking software, which I think would be really cool to use on the running backs. And
I just got, how can I help Jacob with a new modem so he doesn't have any issues? I hate missing his damn show.
Well, not only that, but Jacob, dude, come on, man. It's a show. You got to do some talking and stuff.
Well, he needs a lot more music. Don't get me wrong. He's not a talk show. It's a radio show.
Yeah.
So he does need to do just a few minutes of talking. I just told him, that's Holly. Okay. I just told him, you know, when you're on the mic, practice that personality, throw that personality out there. And I'm not knocking Jacob. I'm telling everybody what I told Jacob.
No, I'm knocking him.
And say stuff like, this is where this person got their inspiration.
Yeah.
And that's how, you know, the Ramones sound like so-and-so, or this band sounds like the Ramones because they grew up listening to the Ramones and Anthrax. So, I mean, a little Headbangers Ball. Go watch some YouTubes of the original Headbangers Ball with Ricky Ratchet.
Well, also next week I'll be doing the World According to Mike, but then I'm also going to be a guest host for the Angry American
next week.
Okay. So it's going to be some fun. If I can get my lazy butt up and out of bed and out of the chair tonight, I might come by and see Jack and have a little fun there. Basically, I'm looking for a reason to go out and drink beer tonight.
Hey, Steph, go get that door for me. And look, dude, we've got an event this Saturday, and that's what I was trying to cover really fast.
Yeah, last night you said something.
We are doing an event. I kept saying for years that I wanted some of us to get set up to do a tubing event down the Yellow River since they built the kayak place in Porterdale. So what we're going to do is Saturday at 9 a.m. I'm hoping to have the bus completely repaired, by the way. But Saturday morning at 9 a.m., we got to work out the details. Miss Holly's now here, so I was bringing it up really fast. Now, I'm going to turn that microphone for you so you can sit down and talk real fast. There's a chair behind you. Somebody move the chair.
Yeah.
But what it is my bus, and I guess more of a question. We were talking about getting an additional bus. Have we got that figured out, Miss Holly?
We're going to have transportation.
Transportation. Okay, so we got transportation because what we're going to do is we're going to take my bus and we're going to try to have somebody drive it back to the kayak exit ramp because there is an entrance upstream and an exit downstream. So we're going to try to get us dropped off at one location and then 4 hours roughly on inner tubes, canoes, kayaks.
So cool.
Life preservers.
I said if it floats, bring it.
That's right.
Yes.
But we're gonna have
Steph, you were there.
We're gonna have. Hi, you're gorgeous. We're gonna
What?
have,
Why did you look at me like that?
Bella has-
I know what you and Travis are going to do. They're going to try to take that 5-foot long cooler. They're going to try to duct tape a bunch of orange life rafts around it, preservers, I mean, and they're going to try to ride the friggin' cooler. I don't lie to me.
Well, we have a photographer coming, so we'll have entertainment at least.
You know what we need to do? We need to make up a gag float. Make up something.
That'd be fun.
Like we'll get Stephanie on one of them dolphin floats and let her ride it down the river.
That'll be fun when she hits a sandbar.
The problem is Stephanie back up, hit it again, back up, hit it again, back up, hit it again.
Oh my God.
I gotta gouge my mind's eye out.
Yeah, really.
Stephanie, quit humping flipper like that.
I was
Ever.
some of
Wait,
those,
she said that like a goat. Did you hear her? Whatever. You weirdo.
the kids will never need sweaters.
So yeah, man, everybody needs to make sure you come out to this Saturday. And my bad thing is my wife's not gonna be able to be there because she's the manager of the bakery deli. She gets stuck working. She has no say so about it sometimes. So she will not be there. We just got to find somebody that's going to drive my bus back.
Well, you know, Jason can do that.
Yeah.
He can do that. And we're also going to have our truck with a trailer.
Okay. I was fixing to say, if we take the bus and the trailer, we should be able to take everything.
Well, and we're going to make a lot of trips. We're going to be there probably at 8.
Okay.
And I think our flyer says show up by 9.
Yeah.
But we're going to be there by 8. We're going
Okay.
to have hot dogs and drinks and probably chips for everybody when we get
At
back.
the back, yes. I was going to say at the
end of
return
it.
trip.
But we're going to have our truck and trailer there so we can transport, kayaks and folks.
And what were we asking as the donations just to help fund all this?
No set
So
donation.
any donations at all, because there's going to be hot dogs, there's going to be food, not cows. I'm not charging anything for my diesel. Don't get me wrong. But if you would like to throw in a couple of dollars to help, I'm going to turn around and take whatever you toss me. I'm throwing into the charity because originally this was, hey, Holly, I got this idea and I've never made it work.
Last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We talked about it a year
So
ago.
I called her at the beginning of this year because last year we kind of talked about it and we never went anywhere with it.
We got so busy.
Yeah,
with
we
the
got so
event.
busy. So then I hit her up again. I said, do you remember what we talked about? She's like, oh my God, why did we not do this? I went, I don't know. So here we are. We've got it now. And it's
Okay.
going to be an annual event called the Dog Paddle. And it all goes for Holly's Canine event. The We Ride for Provide.
We ride to provide.
To provide. Sorry, I'm
yeah.
looking at Mike because I'm trying to say it fast.
Well, I was okay. Here's the deal. I'm not gonna lie to you. You got me and my son, my 13-year-old son, this weekend. We don't have any what we do flotation devices.
No, let me tell you. There's a place called something. The kayak.
It's in Porterdale.
It's in
correct?
Porterdale.
Well, we're
And
also going to Tractor Supply too to get big black tractor trailer inner tubes.
How fun.
yeah.
But I'm trying to meet up with them and just let them know there may be a lot of people coming Saturday
That'd be
to
great.
rent kayaks.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be fun.
Anything that floats, you guys. I
Bring
would
it.
love to see somebody in a white 55-gallon barrel with a
Stabilizers on it.
like a stabilizer and a horse saddle. I mean,
now, how long is it? How long?
It takes 4 hours to go
4
from Mount Tabor.
hours.
Now, of
4
course, that
hours.
depends on, if there's been some rain, which we've had rain. and
Yeah,
you have
might
a
speed
better,
up a little bit.
you might have a little speed.
little
Yeah.
bit of speed.
Cool. Is it?
I'm
deep-
trying to
deep
find my
anywhere,
salt shoes, my
or-
river shoes too.
No, I mean, there's some places it might be a little deep, but seriously,
Aw, it's
like
like an
if you-
angel.
if you, of course,
In your case, you'd be like an angel farting, right?
Oh my God, Scotty,
there's some
stop.
places that, I mean, you're not going to drown if that's your question.
No, I
If
was
you
just
feel like
wondering.
you're drowning, just stand up.
Hey,
You'll be all
poop
right.
always goes downstream.
No, it
He'll be
doesn't.
okay.
It floats. It
He'll be
floats.
okay.
But it's a fun trip.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Of course, bring coolers. I don't ever.
Steph,
promote-
did y'all get it figured out? Are y'all going to be able to make it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I
Just
gotta.
asking. I hadn't heard. I didn't mean to change the tune or the tone of the show. I was just asking.
I mean, we have
like a
we
brick
have
wall,
three
isn't it?
three tubes in. We are expecting to be there. I just have to wait and see.
Well,
if
I'll
he has
tell
to work
you,
this weekend.
It's a lot of fun. It's very relaxing. It's beautiful scenery. I mean,
Yeah, I've
just-
never been.
I mean,
I'm
this
so
picture-
excited.
This picture on our flyer is actually from. I took this picture sitting in my kayak.
Really?
Well, I
It
just tell
is-
everybody, come hang out
it's
and it's not
beautiful.
just come hang out with us to just for Fun Crew. because you're going to laugh your butt off. But
Yeah.
not just that. There's going to be so many different people there. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
God,
We
I
tell
wish,
everybody to come hang out, man.
I wish I had like a big enough raft or something like that to bring my dog. My dog.
Yeah, people bring dogs.
Yeah,
all the
that would
time.
be
It's pretty
so
cool.
good.
I am bringing
But-
mine. I've invited Mike.
But even if you
Sure.
can't, even if you don't have a flotation device, I mean, you know, hop on
Put on
top
a
of
life
cooler
jacket.
and go.
Yeah.
I will.
See, Steph? See? Hop on top of a cooler and go. I told you.
There are a lot of people that put kids like in the little floaty things, you
Yeah.
know, the
Yeah.
round things,
Yeah.
and they kind of tie them all together and off they go. It's kind of, you know, might be
I want to
redneck.
go now.
Yeah, because like her tube, it has a net in the bottom
Yeah.
so that she doesn't go through. And then
Right.
of course
Oh,
we have her
I thought you could
life
catch fish
vest.
while you
Yeah.
had her in the water.
Sure, Mike.
Are you using her as bait?
Wow.
Well,
Yes.
only if it was the
Stephanie.
ocean.
Oh, I want to go now. I gotta call my
Well,
son.
Come on. And you know, even if guys, if you're listening and you're close to us and you want to attempt, but you don't have anything to float on, you know, come to Porterdale about 1:30. Well, you'll see us coming in around the curve. Have a hot dog with us, you know, and hang out.
Oh, wait a minute. This could be some fun stuff here.
If
This
we
could
can
be
keep
some
you
fun
on a
stuff.
leash. Just saying, Mike. We
Yeah.
love you, but
I'm
You need a
telling
leash.
everybody, just show up. I'm
What
actually
did I
gonna
do
go. I'm
wrong?
actually gonna go buy just a little cheapy $20-some raft or whatever, just to put a cooler in.
yeah.
And the
Well,
thing
you don't have
is,
to do that. My kayak is a 2-man
okay.
and Jason's is a 2-man, so we can actually put either coolers or people.
And here's what I've
whatever.
told everybody: if you decide to bring any beverages, it cannot be in a bottle.
Yeah.
If
please.
you're gonna bring a beverage and it's in a can, I need you to bring a koozie so that it's in a koozie, so it's not in plain sight. I'm not telling anybody what they can and cannot do. I'm just strictly saying, if you're going to be that guy, please put it in a koozie. Also, please bring yourself a trash bag. If you're in a
Please.
canoe, bring a trash bag. And I'm going to see to it somehow or another that I'm going to have a trash bag, because I also want to make this trip, if there's enough of us, let's clean up as
We
we're
do
going
that.
down the river.
We do that all the time. We always have a place on our kayak that
Yes.
we pick up. It's amazing what comes downstream.
Yes, so that's what I wanted to do too, is so that
Weird.
while we're floating, if you
Yeah.
see something, you can get it, get your hands on it. Most of the time, it's what, a
And-
bottle. you
Yeah,
know?
it is, and it's weird because there's basketballs. It's just
Yeah.
weird what you see. There's old coolers.
Yeah.
But 2 weeks ago, Jason and myself and 2 other people we went on a float, and Robert Witcher, who works in Porterdale, took a chainsaw, he and Jason, and they cut a lot of fallen trees. Remember
Good.
the big
I've been
storm?
wanting to ask that
So
question.
they do
That's
that
pretty cool.
very often. And so we put in at Mount Tabor and cut several trees on the way down. So I thanked them. I said, this is perfect for our float.
And I'm double
Cool.
checking because I had somebody that was going to loan me a canoe. I've been trying for months and months and months to find a canoe that's called a Mad River. There's an Adventure 14 and a 16. I want the 16 footer. It's like a hybrid between a canoe and a kayak. And
Cool.
I live on a lake. I've been wanting this for a long period of time anyways. So one of the comments was, I'm going to try to buy one. Well, I haven't found one. I had a thing called a pool that took up most of my
I
money.
know, right?
So we're hoping that I can get this canoe borrowed. I kept asking a friend of mine if I could borrow her parents' canoe just for that day.
Well, I'll tell you, know Kmart selling kayaks now?
Yes. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Sports Authority, by the way, you guys,
They
they're going out of
closed
business.
down.
Have they
That's
already
where
went
I got
down?
mine,
Yeah.
yeah.
Can I ask you a
BJ
question, Holly?
sells 'em.
Because
No.
I'm a big guy. I'm about 3.
You need a John boat.
He's 3 what?
3 people.
3 sheets in the wind.
Let's do this.
My husband is 3.
I'm 3 100-pound persons.
And there's a 50-pound midget that's following them.
My kayak has a 350-pound weight capacity.
That's where I was
and
going.
it's a 2-man.
Okay, so I should probably just get a 2-man for myself. Is that what it should be like? Kinda?
But remember, we are talking about either going to Tractor Supply or my cousin who works in a big diesel truck business. He told me to hit him up by noon today, and he's trying to find out about what size tubes we need and what kind of price he can get us. Because if anybody that wants a big tractor trailer tube and not just a $25,
Fun.
yeah, well, you want something like that that's a little more rubbery,
Substance.
right? Because you get a cheapie from Walmart, you
Oh,
got to worry
yeah.
about hitting a rock and
Oh,
popping.
no. And, you know, by the time we get to Porterdale, we're going to have like 14 people on
Yes.
one kayak.
Right.
Those hard, kind of like a hard plastic type kayak.
Well, they all kind of are that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be fun. I don't know if my
So
son
I've
is
got
such a
Brett
wimp.
saying he's going to make sure he's trying to get down there.
Cool.
He says, are we legally can you legally operate while maybe consuming a beverage without being ticketed for boating under the influence? Well, you're not boating.
You're not boating. You're floating.
You're floating.
If you don't have a motor,
yes,
you're not
there's
boating.
a difference.
But now I'm not a law enforcement officer.
And
but I will tell you
we're
that
not
a lot
pushing
of people
it,
float
by the
the
way.
same
Do you know
way.
any?
Yeah.
I don't.
And I'm not trying to conduct. I'm not trying to tell everybody that they can't partake in a beverage. But what I am saying is, we're not out there to get trashed and float down. This ain't shooting the hooch. I mean, that's what I've always wanted it to become, is like shooting the hooch. We want it to be called shooting the pooch at this point.
Oh
But
my
wouldn't it
God.
sound wrong?
No.
It would sound wrong if we say shoot
Scottie,
the pooch.
do you know something? Do you know that I just left the post office from sending our K9 down flag to Arizona so that it can fly at K9 Amigo's funeral?
I need something from
So
you.
we don't shoot the pooch at We Ride
I
to
need you
Provide.
something. I need you to do you. I need you to do me a
Whatever
favor.
you need,
So
Scottie,
you know
you
my
got it.
bike is the fallen officer bike.
Yes.
Well, on my
Stunning.
luggage rack, I'm putting 2 flags up, and I want one for the fallen regular
K9
officer,
down?
and I want the other one for K9 down.
The little.
Yes,
I've
if you
got
can
one at
get
the
me.
house. If I
Oh,
knew,
I
I would've
want it.
brought it.
Yeah, man, I need it. I
It's
need
yours,
it. I need
buddy.
it. I need it. I just think it would be great to be on the back of that bike. We went riding Sunday, and I thought, man, I needed that.
Just holler when you're in town. I'll bring it to you.
Okay. So yes, everybody, again, if you want to bring something to drink, just be discreet about it.
And
That's
bring
all we're
water.
trying to say.
I mean, let me
bring
tell you,
plenty of water, because you don't want to be drinking no
no,
Yellow River water.
You don't. No.
By the time Mike gets through it, it's gonna be a weird green,
No, 'cause
anyways.
it's pretty funny because we'll be floating, somebody will get off their kayak, and I'll yell, "Oh, he's peeing!"
That's right.
Because we know when we're
You
peeing
know.
because we get off the kayak.
Not me. I'll just.
Hey, can we make a promise, Mike? If you're like front of the crowd or middle of the crowd, if you get in the water to pee, will you at least let everybody
Wait
go
till
by
we
first?
pass you.
No, you guys will be floating down. You'll be like, "Oh, the water's so warm."
In a wet spot or warm spot, I mean.
Yeah, I think it's all wet, Scottie.
If you ever smile at me and wink at me like that again when you say that, did you don't flirt with me while we're live on the radio, Stephanie.
Oh, that was not flirting.
Poor Steph. She
No,
loves
no,
when I
no,
come here
poor
because she's not
Steph.
the only girl.
Yes,
Did
exactly.
she really just say poor stuff?
Yes,
Poor
you leave my
Steph.
Holly
y'all,
alone.
Y'all leave her alone while I'm here. You've got. Oh my God.
Oh, it's an angel.
It is.
It's
I'm
an
sorry. I'll
angel.
turn it off.
No, it's fine. We're
Well, it's work.
legitimate.
You know, I've got a new job. I work 4 to midnight, so I don't even know what day
Oh
it
my
is.
gosh, we were just
No,
talking about that
wow.
shift.
I love the hours because, you know, our dog, Bo, that's retired, he's 13 and a half now, and he's scared of thunder. I keep telling him, buddy, you got a gun and a badge, man up, but he doesn't listen. But he's scared to death of thunder and storms. And so, you know, I love that he's only alone a couple hours a day. till
And
Jason
I'm
gets home.
gonna say this. And I'm not trying to make a statement of this, but what I'm saying
Yes,
is
you
there's
are.
going to be, well,
We've
no, I
met
don't want
you.
it to sound bad. There's going to be several people there, multiple crowds. You don't have to hang out with everybody. And, you know, that's why I try to tell people, come hang out, have fun.
Yeah.
You know, even though you may think the Just for Fun crowd might be a little obnoxious at times, I try to control
Where-
Stephanie. I'm sorry.
Leave her alone. Let me tell everybody who's listening something.
We love
If you
Stephanie.
think-
This is her once a month bath, dude. She's cool.
Whatever. You might think that these guys
Hey, don't leave me
here
hanging.
are obnoxious,
Come on.
but I will tell you that each year
love
when they
Stephanie.
show up at our K9 Memorial event, you guys
I love
listening,
Mike too.
Shut up.
Did you
When
see him rolling
look,
his
you're
eyes?
still talking. I'm trying to say something nice about y'all.
That'd
That
be
you
a
might
first.
think they're obnoxious. If you thought they were obnoxious, first of all, you wouldn't be listening.
That's right.
You got to love them, and to know them is to love them. But when you see these guys at our K9 Memorial event with tears going down their face,
Oh my gosh.
you know that they're in this for their heart. And
That's
what
right.
they do for We Ride to Provide comes from the depths of their sweetness.
That's right. Well, you know, my brother
I love
retired
you.
as the K9 officer, and he was one of your first that you ever had to deal
Yeah.
with. And,
Yeah.
you know, it meant
Well,
a lot
now
to me.
Orion again this year.
Yeah. And see, I accidentally stumbled across Holly. Like, I probably would have met Holly long term because of Just for Fun, but I came to this county with the, hey, I'm fixing to take over and dominate, become dominant,
And then
dominate
I
this
did
county.
the motorcycle ride, and you were like, "Who's that woman?"
Well, my brother's like, hey, we're at this motorcycle ride. You need to show up. So I came down and checked it out. And then I watched what was happening. I'm not lying, folks. I was so moved by what they did. I looked at my brother. I said, hey, you go tell whoever this is in charge that I want to help from here on out. Just
And you
call
have
me
been
when you
there
need
every
me.
year.
And then we've been there every year.
But it's humbling, man. I tell you,
Oh,
you know, we're paying tribute, and we didn't come to talk about that, but we've been notified by handlers out of our state now.
That's awesome.
And we have a Puerto Rico, Jethro from Canton, Ohio, that was shot and killed. And 3 from Vermont in addition to our Georgia babies.
And that's happening this one we're coming up
Yeah.
on. Good. I don't mean it good, but I mean it's good that we're getting
humbling.
out further.
When Puerto Rico called me,
That's right.
Canine Red died, and I'm like, and he said to add him, and we're coming.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
And you know, last year we had 4 from
Yes,
Switzerland.
Switzerland, baby. That was awesome.
They're coming
That
back
was awesome.
in 2018. So.
Well, that's good stuff. We're going to talk about it again tomorrow, but let's make sure everybody knows, ma'am. I know I was slack. Like, we've been so busy. We didn't push this that much. But what we've learned, too, is if you don't start pushing something that 14 days up to 7 days out, people get to where they overlook it. They don't pay attention to it anymore.
Well, they'll not forget then, because we're on the 11th hour.
Yeah, man, we are pushing the hell out of this. This is going to be one of the most fun on clean, honest fun, safe, clean, family oriented, everything that Just for Fun has been pushing to do, because you know, there's only so much bike nights we can do. We do the thing at St. Jude's on the square. We try to make it kid friendly, but most of the parents leave their kids at home because they ride out on the motorcycle. I'm telling you to bring your kids
and your dogs.
That's right.
This is the dog.
I'm telling Nikki and Tubby, grab their daughter, get on an inner tube and come on. Rob Ward, grab your kids and come on. Stephanie, grab Ashley and Travis and come on. Mike, grab whoever you're grabbing.
Mike
tell them come on.
Anybody that'll stand still.
This is going to be a great day. I'm taking the bus to get all the brakes fixed tomorrow, and we're gonna be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Now let's pray.
No.
Let's pray that the weather's gonna be good and warm and dry.
93 and sunny.
Yeah, it's supposed to be nice.
Let me tell you, God is good. I've never had an event. I better not say it.
Hey, look, it'll be 72. It'll be 72 when we wake up that morning. You know, by the time the sun hits that crest,
93 and sunny.
It'll be 80 easily when we get in that water at 9 a.m.
It'll be beautiful, and if you get hot, you just fall in the water.
That's right.
But yeah, we've every event. This is coming up our 9th, I think. In March will be our 9th. We've never, ever had
that
bad
long?
weather. 9 years.
Well, you got to think I found you in 11. That's when I found you. Good Lord.
I've been doing this since 09 was our first motorcycle ride, and then 11 was our first canine event.
Well, I hope that
Jeff Matthias, do not pull a mic. Do not pull a mic. I'm not invited. Come on.
Dude, if you're within earshot of us, you're invited. Don't be a weenie.
You're part of Just for Fun, dude. Don't even act like you're not invited.
I just
think
want
you tagged him in it anyways.
I want
Yes.
Look, there's Jeff
Wimpy,
Matthias right there.
wimpy.
Whenever we
Everybody,
do
hold on.
auctions-
Everybody's responsible, though, to come up with your own flotation device, please.
And
All
if
right,
you
Mike, go
want to
ahead.
rent one in Porterdale at the kayak launch place, the rental place in the gravel lot, you better go now and reserve it,
There you
because
go. Yeah,
I've
good
got a
point.
feeling they're going to be empty.
I just want to make sure that I'm locked in as the auctioneer. You know, we do the auctions every year, right? I'm the auctioneer
For next year?
Yeah, forever.
I don't know. I'll have to
Come
put
on,
that
I
in
wasn't
my-
that bad, was I? I thought
You get a little bit R-rated, baby.
I know.
You do.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the first comment that he makes is something about all the dogs need to be retrained because I've been walking around with dope in my pocket all day and not the
See,
first one
now,
through
that's
signal.
not inappropriate at a
That was
police
hilarious.
function. It's not that funny. Did you see how many men turned and went?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not funny.
We tried to tell you that, Mike.
I got
but you
Terry
didn't wanna
patted.
listen.
I got Terry patted
On the
like 8
radio,
times.
on the radio show, that's funny, but live
No,
while it's
dude.
happening, it was
No,
scary.
Next year, if he
Oh.
wants to show out like that, we'll put him in the bike suit. See how much he
Yes.
likes that.
Yes.
I've done it.
Yeah.
And then he
okay.
made the comment
No,
about the
you-
captain's wife. I'm
you
like,
don't-
shut up.
You don't.
Yeah.
Oh, and yeah, she came up and hugged me. She hated it. Whatchamacallit? You know Ken Morgan.
Yes.
Ken Morgan and I've been friends forever.
You know, when she
Chris
hugged you,
Martell.
all she did was put that tracker on you so the dog could find you
Like
later.
I said, you know, I called a hug. She called it Terry pat. So you know, Ken Morgan and I have been friends forever. And then when I got back from Afghanistan, him and I were roommates forever. And then Chris Martell, I don't know if do you remember him and Donnie? Donnie and my dog Kilo used to goof and play all the time. So yeah, put a suit on me. Been there, done that.
Not against Nina.
Nah, shoot.
Mm-mm.
Buddy
You'll be
was
screaming like
Nina
a girl.
don't play. If
Yeah,
Mama
I love it.
says the word
Yeah.
Nina be like,
Buddy
"Bullshit."
was a hard hitter, and then Donnie would suicide bite me.
Oh, Nina goes right up your back for your neck.
Yeah.
I think she should have a part in the originals.
So yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I love the puppies. Yeah, our house smelled great. You know, you got
Yeah, you're
dogs.
supposed to clean up that brown stuff once in a while. When you
Well,
have
no,
Cody
we
around
just-
in the hall.
We just put stuff over it. Weird guys. It was a man cave. So yeah, it was great.
Wow.
Steph, bless your heart.
All right, so listen,
Oh, yeah.
we're getting out of here.
Oh, this is light.
I know, I've been here before.
Yeah.
This is very light.
Well, this
Yeah.
is Rockdale Light.
I
Little
thought it-
little runny, has a bad taste to it. Yeah, it's Rockdale Light,
Oh, good lord.
just like the beer.
It's not-
Yeah, that Rockdale Light beer.
Is there really such a thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they sell it at Walmart.
Yeah.
Do they get it from the Yellow River?
Hey, they might as
They
well.
might as well.
Tastes
Yeah.
like it.
And it looks like
We'll
it.
do a taste comparison
No,
on
you
Saturday
will.
morning. I'm gonna bring a Rockdale Light. I'm gonna pour it in my mouth. I'm gonna spit it in the river. Then I'm gonna take some river water. It's gonna almost be like the ghetto wine tasting.
There you go.
Did we track it down? It's not made anywhere around here.
No.
No, it's not made
That's
around
so
here. It's just
bizarre.
sold
It's
by
just a
Yeah.
joke.
it's sold by Walmart because it's Walmart's beer.
Label or something.
Yeah,
something
something
like
It just
that.
happens to be
It's-
in Rockdale
So
County.
each county they're in, it's like you can go get Newton beer at our Walmart in Newton County, right?
Who knows?
Yeah,
isn't that
Light.
isn't that scary?
I'm not going to get any Butts beer.
No.
Yeah,
But
Jackson's beer,
Yeah.
Butts
beer.
County.
Beautiful Butts
Yeah.
County.
Yeah.
All right, look, we got to go. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. I know we overly got crazy this morning, but hey, that's just what we do.
That's different.
So I just wanted everybody to know it's all just for fun. Have a great day. We will see you on the flip side. Don't get in trouble. Don't do anything that we would do. Just don't get caught doing it. Again, I do ask if you're going to come Saturday, let's be adult about it. 10 cans, not bottles. If you're bringing your own beverages like that, please bring a nice bag to toss it in that you can bring with you, or make sure that you stay among some of us that are going to be making sure that we have a bag, et cetera, et cetera. You copy what I'm saying? Copy?
Yeah.
Do not
Copy?
pollute the river.
Well, I just don't want people to believe that they can't be adult about it, but I just want you to do, if you're going to be an adult, I need you to be adult about it. Just keep a koozie so that you're not just flaunting the fact that you're drinking a Bush beer or a PBR or whatever Stephanie and them are bringing.
The champagne of beer.
Yeah, the champagne. Could you say that like that again?
The champagne of beer.
That's her Robin Leach. Speaking of Leach, I hope there's no Leach. No, I'm kidding. We're out, everybody. We love each and every one of y'all. Have a great day. We hope we made you giggle.
We love you individually.
We love you individually. Well, Mike loves you individually. We love you. I love you as a group.
Mike, love you a long time.
Love you a long time. Hey, Joe. Hey, Joe.
so crazy.
All right, man. We're out. Everybody have a great day.
See ya.
It's just fun in the morning.
Bye, y'all.